This is a special presentation from News Channel Nebraska. NCN Sports is presented by Medica. With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for. Liberty First Credit Union, banking with purpose. And by Teammates Mentoring. Join the team, be a mentor.
Trains paint the backdrop in the crystal blue waters of the Auburn City Park Pond. We come to you live from beautiful Tushla Field here in Auburn. Two River Country squads ready for some high school baseball action on News Channel Nebraska. Falls City and Auburn. Jake Bartecki, Andy Klassen. We welcome you into our custom sports pregame show. Andy, you've got two teams that have had very different seasons. Auburn maybe has exceeded expectations this season. They are 9-5 on the year. Dominated a Lincoln Christian team earlier this week. Falls City 1-11. If Auburn wants to have a good postseason and set themselves up for a good postseason spot, you can't stumble against a 1-11 squad.
Yeah, and one of those 11 losses were to Auburn on the road, so maybe looking to avenge that loss here. And what a perfect setting. You already mentioned the beautiful Tushla Field here. The grass looks great. The grounds crew's got to be very proud of their efforts early on here in the season. And, I mean, it's just a perfect day for baseball, right? 83 degrees. We've got a high sky, not a cloud in the sky. Light breeze pushing out to that center field mark of 380 at the wall.
Yeah, it is a beautiful day here in southeast Nebraska. Andy, you mentioned the prior matchup between these two teams back on April 7th, and it was Auburn, 7-2 over Falls City. What can both teams take from a prior matchup early in the season? Because you don't always see that in the high school ranks.
Well, this our starting pitcher here for Falls City was Brock Needfeld, and he went 4 innings, but only got 1 strikeout. That's okay. The issue was giving up 3 hits and those 3 earned runs. On the flip side for Auburn, you got to think, hey, we know what we have to do to win this type of a game against this type of a team. Let's just stay the course, stay the track, and build on a record that's getting better and better by the week.
And it'll be Dunakaki going to go to the mound today for the Bulldogs. Ty Dunakaki with a 1-1 record on the season. You saw that school spotlight graphic for the Auburn Bulldogs. Falls City Tigers out of the East Central Nebraska Conference. They have an enrollment of 156, and they are out of the second NSAA district. Custom Sports pregame continues next. First pitch is coming up as well. We'll give you more on the pitching matchup, the starting lineups. That's all still to come on NCN.
So this yellow jacket, it basically
didn't know we were doing
symbolizes that it's showtime.
The yellow jackets are a throwback to Monday Night Football.
The 1970s, Keith Jackson, Howard Cosell.
That was the big broadcast in the country. Now we're the big broadcast in Nebraska.
When News Channel Nebraska is covering a game, we want you to know that we take it seriously. We want to dress sharp. We have pride in what we do.
And we're going to wear those yellow jackets to show people that we're a little old school, but we're also the important broadcast of the night.
The pregame show is sponsored by Custom Sports. Look great for every game with custom team or business apparel from Custom Sports. NCN Sports is brought to you by Husker Rehab, treating the cause of the pain, not just the symptoms. By Schaefer's, we are more than just TVs and appliances. And by Claybaugh Pharmacy, your locally owned hometown pharmacy.
Meeting of the minds at home plate ahead of Auburn and Falls City, which you will see live right here on News Channel Nebraska. There is the starting lineup for the Tigers. Willman, Vonderschmidt, Wilkerson at the top of the order. Then you've got Needfeld, the pitcher, batting fourth in the cleanup spot ahead of Collier and Huppert. You've got Layden, Bodie Jones, and Callan Furness to round things out in a offense for Falls City, Andy, that's batting just 165 on the season.
But you do see a couple of bright spots there. I'm looking at the 5-hole there, Collier with a 600. That's a big stick. The senior over there at first base. And that's got to be the mindset of those first 4 batters. Get on base. Let's let that guy that's batting north of 500 get to the plate.
Let's check out what Dick Warner is going to go with for the Auburn Bulldogs today, who again are 9-5, in off a 9-5 win over Lincoln Christian earlier this week. Brown, Schultz, and Bauer at the top of the order. The middle part of the order, good number there from Warner. Jack Warner batting .359, cover Sakura, Meyer, and then Smith and Hilgenfeld at the bottom of the order. A lot of 300-plus numbers in there, particularly at the top of the order with Clayton Brown and Mason Schultz.
Yeah, and this is more what you want to see, a lot more balance and a team batting average hovering around 300. They also pretty disciplined at the plate when you're looking at their base on balls compared to strikeouts. They do a pretty good job of working the count and making each and every at-bat count.
15 extra base knocks this season for the Bulldogs, an offense that bats .273 and has a .323 slugging percentage. What will we see today? Will it be another 7-2 domination by the Bulldogs, or will the second time around for Brock Neufeld seeing Auburn be the key? Tigers, Bulldogs, it's coming up on NCN.
It all starts at Big Red Motorsports in O'Neill, a side-by-side built to work with you on the farm or the ranch. A trusted partner when you're out hunting. And the adventurous speed to feel the thrill when it's time to play. Work hard, ride hard, play hard. Big Red Motorsports in O'Neill, powering your passion every step of the way.
Behind every switch you flip, innovation is at work. NPPD is using advanced technology to generate and deliver the reliable energy you have come to expect. Like AI-driven platforms to optimize energy generation, drones for infrastructure inspection, advanced metering for faster outage detection, and helping advance carbon capture and sequestration technologies. It's not just electricity we are delivering, it's innovation. Powering the state, empowering your life. Nebraska Public Power District.
I spend with purpose because I bank with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union. With my Liberty Plus checking account, I can earn extra cash just for spending on everyday things, like groceries, online or in-store purchases, and lunch. At Liberty First, anyone can join, so start earning money to spend on the things you love. Start banking with purpose. Start banking with Liberty First Credit Union.
Beatrice Community Hospital is proud to serve Beatrice and the surrounding area for over 100 years. We provide quality care with small-town hospitality. Our services include family medicine, OBGYNs, robotic surgery, diagnostic imaging, and more. We're excited to grow our services, including a new medical clinic building in the community of Wymore. We're proud to be a top 20 rural hospital. And thank you for trusting us to care for you and your family. Beatrice Community Hospital. Incredible care. Incredibly close.
Hey, it's me, one of those students on the waiting list for a Teammates mentor. I've heard Teammates is so fun and awesome. You can talk, laugh, play games, and hang out with a positive, caring adult once a week at school. Teammates helps students believe in themselves, and 97% of mentees are proud to be a part of it. I'd love to be one of those mentees, but we need more mentors. So if you got an hour a week to be someone a student like me can count on, go to teammates.org today. Join the team. Be a mentor.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Western Oil. Make your first and last stop to and from the game at your nearest Speedy Mart or Good to Go convenience stores today. Bank of the Valley. Together we go further. And by Scotty's Ranchland Foods, Highway 20 in Valentine, Nebraska.
Landmark Implement is your local authorized John Deere dealer. Landmark's trained and certified sales staff will help you find the right equipment for your needs. All backed by Landmark's extensive parts and service network. Whether it's a tractor, planter, combine, lawn and garden tractor, or gator, every piece of equipment in our inventory is ready to work hard for your operation. Landmark's team works together to make sure everything that is sold meets their quality standards. Stop by your local Landmark Implement or learn more at landmarkimp.com to experience the Landmark difference.
At Nebraska Orthopedic Center, they provide comprehensive orthopedic health care. Their physicians are highly skilled in all areas of orthopedic and sports medicine, including spine surgery, foot and ankle, hand and upper extremities, fracture care, and total joint replacement. Their expertise includes the medical management of injuries through physical and rehabilitative methods or surgical intervention. To schedule an appointment or to learn more about Nebraska Orthopedic Center and their family of 25 physicians, go online to nebraskaortho.com. That's nebraskaortho.com. Nebraska Orthopedic Center is your healing destination.
There's a good look at Ty Dunakaki, who is getting the starting nod today for Dick Warner and the Auburn Bulldogs. He comes on for the 7th time this season. 13 2/3 innings of work. that ERA a little inflated, Andy. He hasn't always had the best defensive help behind him, but still 11.27. How concerning is that for Dunakaki to this point in the year?
Well, obviously, that's a concern, right? But he's a strikeout machine, 20 Ks compared to only 10 base on balls. And there are times throughout the course of a game, and that's just the way baseball gets played out. You got to rely on your defense every once in a while. You know, that defense is kind of coming up a little short. But you also got to take into consideration Class B, Class C1. These are some really darn good schools, and Dunakaki got touched up a little bit playing Ralston last time he was out.
Yeah, he did have 12 of those 20 strikeouts in one game at a career high, a dozen Ks against Louisville. And then, Andy, you mentioned it, only lasting 1 inning, allowing 8 runs on 5 hits against a very good Rams squad, a team that has improved quite a bit from this season to last season. It'll be Jaden Willman as well as Elin Vonderschmidt and Jaden Wilkinson due up here in the top of the first inning for Falls City, who comes in just 1-11 on the season. They have a 165 team batting average and a 9.06 ERA. And again, the guy they're going to send to the mound today, and Brock Neatfeld, has seen these Auburn Bulldogs already once this season back on April 7th in what was a 7-2 win for the Bulldogs. White and red uniforms, as you can see there for the Bulldogs with the red sleeve cut off. The all black and oranges for Corey Huppert and the Falls City Tigers. Meeting of the minds at the mound, and we are ready to go here for first pitch at Tushla Field.
Feels like an important at-bat here for Jaden William, the center fielder.
It's Jaden Willman who stands in, batting 0.77 on the season. Hasn't had many at-bats, however, as he takes a first pitch outside for ball one. First pitch, 4:31 Central Time here in Auburn.
That was a real nice job laying off, taking that opening pitch that did sweep across the plate, missed outside.
Well, the only hit that Jaden Willman has had on the season came in a big way. He tripled against Louisville. Falls City has 3 triples on the season. Ball and a strike, and that one caught him on the shoulder, and an unconventional way to start the ball game with a hit by pitch.
But if you're a Tiger fan, you're going to take that first leadoff batter on board, on base. That's maybe not the way you drew it up, but that's the result you want. Get that leadoff guy on first base.
That is the 28th batter hit by Bulldogs pitching this season, so obviously something that Dick Werner is going to want to see cut down on.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, just base on balls or, giving up walks, always want to limit that.
Elin Vonderschmidt takes the first pitch in the dirt for a ball, 1-0. Vonderschmidt comes in, batting .238, 2 driven in, no extra base hits this season. Had a tough go of it against Auburn earlier this month, went 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Swings and misses at that one. The count evens at 1.
There's been a couple of times now where Ty Dunakaki, the pitcher, kind of is like shrugging his arm, working his shoulder. I don't know if he's in a little bit of discomfort or what.
Runner goes, throw down to second base is not in time, and Willman has a stolen base. He is into second, into scoring position, his 5th stolen bag of the season, and things going quite well here for Falls City early on. 1-2 count and a runner in scoring position, nobody out.
You ain't kidding, and Jaden did a fabulous job watching the delivery, measuring it up, then getting an excellent jump. I mean, a perfect throw. I don't think would have been there in time the way he got himself moving towards second base.
2 balls, 2 strikes, the count. Runner on second, nobody out. The 2-2 is inside, and it's off the glove of the catcher behind the plate. And Brown was not able to secure that one, so taking advantage, and now standing just 90 feet from home plate on the pass ball is Willman with a chance to take the lead here early for Falls City.
And all Vonderschmidt has to do now is lift one, get one out of the infield.
Pitch on the way.
There it was.
Went a little early on the fastball, 3-2 the count.
Still good contact there for Vonderschmidt. If he can get another pitch like that, which he knows it has to come to him, full count, doesn't want to get walked.
Already a hit by pitch in the inning issued by Dunakaki. The pitch on the way, called strike 3. So after the hit by pitch and Willman getting to third in that at-bat, Dunakaki rebounds with a strikeout.
And there's a spot right there where, it was kind of moving off the plate. It was going away from the batter. A tough ball to hit, but just go ahead and work with it. Hit that to the right side. That's perfect for something like Jaden William to motor on down the third baseline and score. Get a ribby.
Brings up Jayton Wilkerson, the senior third baseman. First pitch on the way. Lifts this one foul right side. Over to his left is Meyer, and he hits the deck and can't squeeze it in the glove. Might have battled the sun a bit there, Andy.
And he had a lot going on there. Not only did he have the fence to deal with, he had to be aware of where he was at, he also had the dugout that's kind of set out there.
Right.
So he had to keep a lot of things in mind there, trying to measure it up out of the corner of his eye as he was trying to track that baseball.
Well, it just goes down as a run-of-the-mill strike one, 0-1 the count. And Wilkerson laid on the changeup, and it's 0-2.
Excellent job from Ty Dunakaki, getting right back into that groove, punching that second strike, getting ahead in the count.
No balls, 2 strikes, 1 gone, and a runner on third. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night after the leadoff hit by pitch. Back-to-back strikeouts for Dunakaki, and there's quickly 2 gone.
And I like how he's kind of operating and locating his pitch. He's working the outside corner, that outside portion of the plate versus right-handed batters.
Defensive alignment for the Bulldogs from right to left. It's Meyer and Bauer on the infield at first and second. Mason Schultz at short. Jack Hilgenfeld at third. Warner is the center fielder. Aiden Smith in right. Caleb Cover in left. Clayton Brown behind the plate. And the first pitch of the at-bat is inside to Brock Needfeld in our pitcher-pitcher matchup.
Brock trying to help himself out here.
Batting .208 on the season, but he's struggled as of late. 2 of 10 over his last 4 games. That went in there for a strike, 1-1.
And that was a tough pitch to try and work with. Inside corner.
Again, Willman got to third with nobody out after a hit by pitch, a stolen base, and then a pass ball. And this one catches Needfeld on the helmet, and Andy bounces all the way about 6 rows into the bleachers to our left.
Well, it was a breaking ball that just never really broke and just hung up there, and Needfeld ducked his head at the last second. Yeah, it bounced, what did you say, like 30 feet up in the air.
I don't know if I've ever seen a hit by pitch not stay in the diamond. We're already seeing things we never thought we would have on a Thursday on News Channel, Nebraska.
This kind of speaks to Dunakaki's season, right? Up and down. 2 strikeouts, but 2 hit by pitch.
Well, it puts runners on the corners with 2 gone, so a much different situation for Ty Dunakaki as Mason Collier, who's batting .600, stands in. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1.
This is exactly the scenario that head coach Corey Huppert was looking for. Get Collier to the plate, and he has a couple of ducks on the pond here to work with.
He is 3 of 5 at the plate this season, so he's been effective in the few at-bats he's taken. Takes this one in the dirt, even at 1-1.
Needfeld's over there threatening to steal second. Just trying to give the defense something to think about.
Has 1 stolen base on the season. This is a Fall City team that doesn't love the stolen base play. They only have 34 on the season. Got one earlier in this inning after Willman got hit by a pitch, stole second. 2 balls, 1 strike. A lot of breaking balls in this first inning for Ty Dunakaki, and there's another one that drifts out of the zone, and it's 3 balls, 1 strike. Hitters count here for Mason Collier. Needfeld did advance to second as well, Andy.
Yeah, and that was a really nice stop by the catcher, not allowing that ball to get by him, because that would have been a run scored.
3-1, now runners on second and third. This one is in there for a strike, and it's now a full count with 2 down when a base hit likely gives Falls City the lead here in the first.
That was a disciplined take there, taking the pitch from Mason Collier, sitting at 3-0.
The 3-2. Inside, and that's ball 4 to load the bases with 2 gone here in the top of the first.
Mix of emotions really for both squads here in the top of the first. We're going to have a meeting, a little bit of a timeout here for Auburn.
Well, let's go through the innings so far. You see the hit by pitch and the leadoff man of Jaden Willman on just the 3rd pitch of the game. He gets to second on a stolen base, 3rd on a pass ball, and then Dunakaki really sets down and gets 2 strikeouts. What changed from that point forward in such a roller coaster top of the first?
Well, it felt like when he was trying to, kind of get into his bag of tricks there, into multiple pitches, and when that breaking ball just wasn't working for him, and that caused that second hit by pitch to Brock Needfeld, it almost looked like he lost a little bit of confidence and
get back to that that fastball where he was working the outside corner. That's kind of been his bread and butter when he was been able to punch out those 2 strikeouts.
Well, big point in the top of the first inning here. Bases loaded, 2 gone. Our first inning brought to you in part by John Henry's, our family, serving yours. Well, it's Camden Huppert who digs in, the starting catcher for the Tigers. Huppert this season batting .133, 3 RBIs. First pitch on its way, and he takes a strike low in the zone.
Now that breaking ball dropped right in there, didn't it?
It did indeed. Huppert does lead the Tigers in strikeouts with 14 on the season. But he's got some power in that bat. 0-1 outside. Ball and a strike here to Huppert, the freshman catcher.
Well, and if I'm doing it, Khaki, I'm thinking this guy's a dangerous batter because he swings the bat.
A base hit likely gives Fall City a 2-0 lead. Out in front of the changeup there, and it's 1-2. Dunakaki trying to work out of another jam.
There is quite a difference in velocity between that breaking ball and the fastball.
Bases loaded, 2 down. A 1-2. Called strike 3. 3 strikeouts for the 3 outs in the first inning, but Ty Dunakaki has to work around the bases loaded with 2 down, but no damage done in the top of the first. We'll head to the bottom of the inning. Auburn coming to bat.
From the heart of Nebraska to across the state, RMV Construction is building more than just structures. We're building trust. RMV Construction has grown from humble beginnings to become a trusted name across central Nebraska and beyond. With unmatched craftsmanship, cutting-edge innovation, and an unwavering commitment to customer satisfaction, we deliver projects on time, on budget, and above expectations. Trusted, local, proven. RMV Construction in Kearney and Lincoln. Let's build your vision together.
So this yellow jacket, it basically symbolizes that it's showtime.
The Yellow Jackets are a throwback to Monday Night Football.
The 1970s, Keith Jackson, Howard Cosell.
That was the big broadcast in the country. Now we're the big broadcast in Nebraska.
When News Channel Nebraska is covering a game, we want you to know that we take it seriously. We want to dress sharp. We have pride in what we do.
And we're going to wear those yellow jackets to show people, we're a little old school, but we're also the important broadcast of the night.
Senior Brock Needfeld with the luscious locks as well, letting it fly here in Auburn. Will get the start today on the mound. He is 0-1 on the season, Andy. 7 2/3 innings of work, and we're seeing 2 pitchers that have ERAs around 11, a 10.96 earned run average for Needfeld, the senior.
Yeah, so limited work, but yeah, look at that stature there. You mentioned the head of lettuce there, imposing. It's always good to have one of those big hair guys.
There you go.
And if I can have that be my flamethrower, closer type of a pitcher that every once in a while can give me a start, that's where I want it to be. But it's got to be, his focus has to be on just throwing strikes, not getting too wild or too cute, if you will, trying to work 3 different pitches and scenario. No, just pound the strike zone, rely on your defense.
Do you think he'd say the hair makes him throw harder?
You'd have to believe you got to feel that way, right?
You got to feel that way,
right?
Well, Needfeld did see Auburn earlier this season, and he was pretty effective. He allowed 3 runs on 3 hits in 4 innings, only had 1 strikeout, but he also didn't walk anybody either, so keep an eye on that today. No base on balls the last time the Bulldogs took on the Tigers, a 7-2 Auburn win in early April. It'll be Clayton Brown, Mason Schultz, and Gavin Bauer, a junior, and a couple of seniors to lead off here for the Bulldogs in the bottom of the first.
Really like what sophomore Clayton Brown brings to the table here for the Auburn Bulldogs and their offense. When the leading run getters, and that's exactly what you want with your leadoff man. He gets on base and he gets around those bases.
He's 3rd on runs scored for the Bulldogs with 14 this season. First pitch of the day for Brock Needfeld is on its way. And this one is chopped foul down the 3rd base line. It'll just skip over the bag, and it's 0-1.
Clayton got a little out in front of that one. Couldn't keep it in fair play.
Numbers on Brown this season. Talks about the 14 runs scored. Also batting .319, leads the team in triples with 2, and he owns the team's only home run. 4 of 14 over his last 4 games.
Got a little pop to that bat as well. Don't always see that with the leadoff guy.
Pitch from Needfeld on its way. This one swung on, opposite field, into right. Furness has a long run in, and he can't make the play, and the ball gets behind him as well. Brown had slowed down as he got to the bag at first. It'll only be a single, but a costly mistake there on what looked like a routine pop fly to right.
Just couldn't close in on it quick enough. Maybe thought the window was going to push the ball a little bit. Maybe didn't locate it off the jump. His first step was in. Just couldn't quite get there in time, and fortunate single there. Scored for Clayton Brown.
And no doubt about that. That was scored a single. Some people might have thought error at some point, but I think that's a pretty fair base hit to right.
Yeah.
So one on, no one out for Mason Schultz, who plays shortstop today.
Just one of those well-placed type of a hit, right? A Texas leaguer, because that wasn't a true pop-up, just kind of got up and down, and it was very shallow.
First pitch was outside from Needfelt to the senior Schultz. Pitch on the way. Misses upstairs with a slider, and it's 2 balls, no strikes. Schultz batting .350 on the season with 6 RBIs. He's got a couple of doubles, and earlier this season against Falls City went 1 for 3 with a couple runs scored.
Yeah, so he's got that excellent batting average of .350 you mentioned, but I really like how he has only 5 strikeouts, 10 walks, 10 base on balls. I love that 2-to-1 ratio.
Getting to second safely with a stolen base. His 9th of this season is Clayton Brown, and the ball skipped into the outfield. Brown didn't really have a play to get down to third, so same situation Falls City had with their second batter to the plate of the ball game. Runner on second, nobody out.
Jaden Williams, the center fielder, did a nice job coming in with that support, not allowing the base runner to advance to third.
You see the .349 batting average for Mason Schultz. Pitch on the way. Chops this one towards third base. Wilkerson up with it. The throw to first is in time, but that moves the runner to third base. So 1 gone and a runner 90 feet from home representing the game's first run.
Yeah, so you could say mission accomplished there for Mason Schultz. He does advance the runner a lot of times, especially early in ball games. You see them bunt that runner over. Still have 2 outs to work with.
So that brings up Gavin Bauer out of the 3-hole spot. A Nebraska Wesleyan commit and a pretty good pitcher in his own right. A 1.09 ERA today, as of today for Bauer. Pitch on the way, and that one drifts outside. The slider has been kind of cutting across the zone there for Needfelt, Handy.
Yeah, he's just got to bring that in just a little bit, allow for that movement to settle down in that strike zone.
Bauer batting .238. Talked about the success on the mound. He's 1-1 on the season.
Oh, a lot
and
of
this
movement,
one is up into the shoulder area, and a hit by pitch for Needfelt to send Bauer down to first base, and now it's runners on the corners with 1 gone.
And you saw that breaking ball start way up high and out of the zone, just not enough movement on to bring it back inside.
And he saw it coming. He didn't move. He was going to wear it and take first base.
No, he picked up that rotation real quick, saw the low velocity on the changeup.
So that brings up the cleanup hitting Jackson Warner. Best batting average on the field of anybody today that's had at least 10 ABs. Batting .360.
Also going to be taking his talents to the next level.
Yes, he is. Not far from here.
No, sir. He's going to be a Tiger. Playing the Tigers now, going to become a Tiger himself, playing for Doane University.
Good town of Crete. Warner had a good day against Falls City earlier this season. Went 2 for 2 with a 2 RBI double, and he also scored a couple of runs. Love to double in another couple runs here.
Yeah. Yep.
Decent gap out in right center field between Willman and Furness, the center fielder and right fielder for the Tigers. This one's chopped back to the mound, gloved by the pitcher Needfelt. He'll throw to first. They'll tag the runner there, but that gets the job done. A sacrifice ground out back to the mound as Brown scores from third, and it's 1-0 Auburn.
You know, and put yourself in the mindset of Gavin Bauer, their cleanup hitter. You got that light breeze blowing out to left center. He's thinking, you know, hey, a shot, that would score 3. But no, he takes what the pitcher gives him, just puts the ball in play, good for an RBI.
And it is RBI number 5 on the season. And that brings up Caleb Cover, the sophomore left fielder. Curveball drops in for strike 1 from Needfelt. Needfelt's arsenal of pitches, a changeup, usually a circle change, and a couple variations of the fastball, as well as a slider and a curve. So he's got good arsenal.
He does, and, you know, I just think if I'm a Falls City fan, I want him to limit that and just really throw strikes.
0-1 popped up high in the air and diving down, but unable to make the play is Furness in right. It's been a rough first inning for Callan Furness, and that scores the runner from second, and it's 2-0 Bulldogs here at Tushla Field.
Give these Bulldog batters a lot of credit for not trying to overpower the pitcher, turn it, pull on it, or whatever, pull a pitch. They're just taking the ball where it's going, as we have a train pass by us, as you mentioned, beyond through the city park. But that was more of a Texas leaguer than the first one. Very shallow ball popped out to short right field.
And it does go in the books as a base knock. So 2 runs, 2 hits in this first inning for Auburn as they take a 2-0 lead, chasing down their 10th win of the season.
And that's just a tough pill to swallow. You know, if you're a pitcher, you pop a guy up a couple times and don't have anything to show for it.
Lefty batter Griffin Sikora at the plate. Sophomore DH. In a 1-1 count here as that one drifts away on Needfelt. RBIs picked up by Jackson Warner and Caleb Cover on consecutive at-bats. Warner a ground out back to the mound via the sacrifice, and then a single to right. A little blooper by Caleb Cover. The 1-1. This one just outside, fastball there, and it was closer to the zone, Andy. That's something you said Needfelt should prioritize, and if that means going to the fastball, go to the fastball to try and find strikes or get near the zone.
You know, and that kind of flips the script too, right? That puts the pressure on Auburn to make contact, you know, to stay true as a batter.
The 2-1. Upstairs, and a hitter's count here for Sikora. 3 balls, 1 strike. Sikora, a team high 14 RBIs this season. He's batting .282, but 1 for his last 11 at the dish. Would love to change that here and continue a good first inning for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, the Griffin and a little bit of a hitting slump.
3-1. Called a strike on the outer half. Looked like it was maybe half ball outside, but benefit of the doubt given to Needfelt on the mound, and it's 3-2.
Still has a pitch to work with here as the count fills up.
2 down. That's called strike 3 on the inner half. Strike zone got a little wide at the end of the inning, but it's no matter for the Tigers. They get out of the jam, but not before a crooked number's put up in the first by the Bulldogs. They play 2 to take a 2-0 lead after 1. We're heading to the second.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Husker Rehab, treating the cause of the pain, not just the symptoms. By Schaefer's, we are more than just TVs and appliances. And by Claybaugh Pharmacy, your locally owned hometown pharmacy.
Fuel up for the big game at Speedy Mart on 238th Street in Greenwood. Open 24 hours. We've got the winning lineup, hot coffee, ice cold drinks, and tasty snacks. Plus, daily specials smoked fresh in our smoker. Need a pit stop? Our bathrooms are the cleanest around. And our friendly staff always makes you feel like part of the home team. Don't get sidelined. Score big on convenience at Speedy Mart, Greenwood.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Western Oil. Make your first and last stop to and from the game at your nearest Speedy Mart or good-to-go convenience stores today. Bank of the Valley. Together we go further. And by Scotty's Ranchland Foods, Highway 20 in Valentine, Nebraska.
Red, white, and blue dancing around on the pole here in center field on a beautiful afternoon in Auburn. 80 degrees, wind at about 10 miles an hour, just enough to make it noticeable. But all in all, gorgeous day for baseball here in southeast Nebraska. Bottom of the order due up, Vaden Layden, Bodie Jones, and Callan Furness for the Tigers to face Ty Dunakaki, the starter for Auburn.
You got to think Layden here might have learned something from leadoff batter William the first inning. Just make Dunakaki throw strikes. Saw a couple hit by pitch, a couple walks. But he does come back with that leadoff strike.
Yeah, fired in a fastball for strike 1. Layden, the senior left fielder, batting 105, 2 of 19 at the plate this season. He's played well against the Lincoln squads. Both hits coming against Lincoln Christian and Lincoln Lutheran. Must like playing in the capital city.
Okay.
Ball and a strike to Layden here. Dunakaki and all 3 outs he got in the first were via the K. Set down Vonderschmidt and Huppert looking. Got Wilkerson swinging on 3 pitches. Two one. Just off the plate. Hitters count here for Layden, 3-1.
Dunakaki, only a sophomore, but likes to pitch from the stretch regardless if there's runners on board or not.
3-1. How impressive is that as he walks Layden to start the inning, but to pitch from the stretch at that level, pretty good?
Yeah, I'm fine with it. It's all about making your guy, your arm, comfortable out there, and if that's the way he likes to do it, and if that's his primary role, being a mid-reliever or a closeout type of a guy, let him do what's most comfortable for him.
Right. And that's something I think you hear coaches preach at pretty much every level of baseball is do what's comfortable for you, especially when it seems like any hard-throwing pitcher, particularly in Major League Baseball, it's almost become a rite of passage, to have Tommy John.
Yeah, exactly. And it's kind of scary how you're getting to a point where kids in high school are having Tommy John surgery, before it's even needed. They're just go ahead and doing it.
Well, it was a swinging strike for Bodie Jones. The ball reached the backstop. Second pass ball today on the catcher Brown behind the plate. So Layden said thank you very much and trotted down into scoring position. And now Dunakaki ahead 0-2. Another swinging strike there of Jones, who's batting 129, 4 for 31 at the plate this season. The pitch. Called strike 3, and for the second time today, Ty Dunakaki sets down a Tiger on 3 pitches.
Yeah, and if I'm an Auburn Bulldog fan, I really like that pitch right there from Ty Dunakaki. Working that outside corner once again with the fastball.
It's up to 4 strikeouts in the ball game. His career best is 12 earlier this season against Louisville. So he's got some work to do to get there, but he's recorded 4 outs. All of them have been punch-outs.
And we said that at the top of the broadcast when we were highlighting a couple of players in the pitching duel, the matchup that we're going to have here this afternoon. He is a strikeout machine.
0-1 the count to the 9-hole hitter, Callan Furness, who's had a rough go of it in right field, and that one reaches the backstop as well. So up to third base is Vaden Layden.
And another swinging strike. I mean, that's where Clayton Brown really has to just smother that ball. Looks like he's just losing sight of it when the batter goes to make contact.
And Brown is just a sophomore behind the plate, so that's a young general to have in the field at the dish. The 0-2.
Got a sophomore up on the mound, a sophomore behind the plate.
Yep. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That one drops too much on Ty Dunakaki. 1 on, 1 out. 90 feet away from cutting the lead in half at third base is Layden, but it won't happen here. Another looking strikeout for Ty Dunakaki. He's recorded now 5 outs, and they've all been strikeouts.
Does such a good job of just painting that corner. Number 6 is dealing here this afternoon.
It's shocking when you see him, and obviously you have to take competition into effect, and Fall City has not had a great season at 1-11, but the way he's mowed down guys with strikeouts today, it almost seems unthinkable that he's got an ERA of 11.27.
Well, things can go south in a hurry against some of these talented teams, as we mentioned, in Class B and C1, and Ralston's putting together a fine season, and that's where most of that damage kind of came from.
Right. Against Ralston, Dunakaki only lasted an inning, allowing 8 runs on 5 hits.
Yeah, so
Rams will come out and bite you in a hurry.
And, it's good to see Ralston kind of bounce back. For a long, long time, they have been a baseball program. Looks like they're getting back to that.
They're playing in the Trailblazer Conference Tournament semifinals today against Platte Valley. That'll be a good matchup. Throw it down to third. A pitch inside, back safely was Layden. Hilgenfeld did a nice job to get that tag down quickly.
Really was. Nice exchange for the catcher there, from mitt to hand, getting that down the third base line, having a play.
2-1 called a strike on the outer half. 2 balls, 2 strikes. It's been 5 outs, all strikeouts for Ty Dunakaki as this one's popped up on the infield, and it'll drop in no man's land to score a run. Dunakaki and Schultz not on the same page. And there's a base hit for an RBI, unconventionally for Auburn, for Falls City, rather.
Oh, and that's a tough one there if you're Dunakaki, because I think he could have backpedaled into that and made the catch, but you're told, get out of the shortstop's way, but Short was playing so deep, had trouble getting in on it with Schultz.
Hit it where they ain't, right?
That's
the old saying.
We've seen that a couple times now, twice for Auburn, once now for Falls City.
So a 2-1 Auburn lead as the first pitch to Elin Vonderschmidt forthcoming here.
I don't think I can give that a Texas Leaguer. Uh-oh.
Now you got a runner caught in a rundown as back to first base goes Willman. Willman will head to second. And he'll try to dance around the tag. He's still on his feet, and there he is, called out, and that will end the inning. Not before Falls City cuts the Auburn lead in half. An unconventional infield RBI single for Jaden Willman, and it is a 2-1 Bulldog lead. We'll head to the bottom of the second.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman. I love it. Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
We're definitely coming back. Sure.
We have a wedding band to buy. So.
We do, yes, for wedding bands. We'll be back for that.
Starter Heyman Jewelers, downtown 12th and O, South Point Pavilions, and Grand Island.
Do you know when the worst time to find out your sump pump isn't working? The day you need it. At John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electrical, we're offering a $59 sump pump inspection, so you won't have to find a watery surprise in your basement after a storm. For just $59, our licensed and experienced service professionals will examine your sump pump, inspecting its major components, to ensure your sump pump is ready and working when you need it most. Hurry, this offer won't last long. John Henry's, serving your family since 1996.
It's not just about the shoe. It's about your fit.
What sets Fleet Feet aside from everything else that we've experienced is my girls being runners. They have very different needs. And so that technology with the scanning and the personal touches is just unmatched. I met Lori almost 16 years ago, and when I saw Lori open this, I knew there was no other place that I wanted to go to have someone help me with my footwear and everything else involved with running. Fleet Feet doesn't just fit your shoes, they fit your life.
Fleet Feet Lincoln. Find your fit today.
First pitch swinging for Bryson Meyer in the bottom of the second. This one's gobbled up, and Jones will throw over to first for a one-pitch, one-out start to the bottom of the second inning. Welcome back to Tushla Field. It is a 2-1 lead for Auburn. They played 2 in the first. Auburn gives up 1 to Falls City in the top of the second, rather, on an infield single. We're kind of talking the break, Andy. We're seeing all sorts of different things here today in Auburn.
You get into baseball terminology. We just saw a pickle. We saw a rundown. We've seen a Texas Leaguer, a couple cans of corn. We're seeing it all.
I've heard of one that I've used it a couple of times, and maybe you've heard of this one. I shocked people when I said it before, but a duck snort when describing a blooper.
That's a new one on me.
Yeah, that's one that I've heard a couple of times. I've used it a couple of times, and I thought it was kind of common terminology because until I started calling more games, nobody really mentioned this is kind of one here over to first base, but that's playable for Bryson Meyer for out number 2.
Defense came out here to play here in the second inning for Falls City at that very opening pitch there. Brody Jones, the shortstop, did a great job of charging the ball. We have a beautiful field to work with here. Yeah. Picture perfect, but that grass is really slowing down those grounders. Brody did a great job charging the ball, zipping it over to first.
Well, 3 pitches, 2 outs for Brock Needfeld. He'll take that, and it's first pitch swinging here for the 9-hole hitter, Jack Hilgenfeld. He rips that one down the line, 0-1. Hilgenfeld having a good year at the 9-hole spot, Andy, but batting .354.
Yeah, and that really helps your lineup and your top of your order when you get production like that out of the 9-hole, 9 or 8 batter. That's it's quite the advantage.
Does the job. Big gap up the middle for Hilgenfeld here. Lays off a changeup inside, and it's 1-1.
Yeah, a little high, a little inside. If it would have just been one or the other, I think home plate umpire might have called a strike there. Zach Rash is our umpire here this afternoon.
There's a lot of games around this part of the state. 1 ball, 1 strike becomes 2 balls, 1 strike as a slider cuts across the zone on Needfeld.
You're saying there's a couple ADs out there that have Zach Rash's phone number, huh?
There are. There are probably more than a few. 2-1, bites the lower part of the zone, and it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Our second inning today has been brought to you in part by RMV Construction, trusted, local, proven. That's RMV Construction. 2-2 with 2 gone here in the bottom of the second. Pop foul up towards the lights on the right side. Top of the order awaits if Hilgenfeld can get aboard. Clayton Brown singled to right. He stands on deck.
Well, that's what Hilgenfeld's got to be thinking here. I got to start this 2-out rally.
The 2-2. Chop foul towards the third base coach. Hilgenfeld recorded a double against Raymond Central on April 6th. That is the only extra base hit of his career. Went 0 for 3 against Falls City earlier this month in the prior meeting between the two, which was a 7-2 Bulldog win. The 2-1. Swing and a miss, but this one is deep into the backstop, and getting to first base without problems is Jack Hilgenfeld. Credit the strikeout to Needfeld, his second of the game, but a runner aboard.
Oh, man, great movement on that slider. It looked to be a slider, but just too much for the catcher to get a hold of. It almost looked like a swing by design to get a free pass.
You see just how far that reached back all the way to the fence, which is, I mean, this is a deep backstop here at Tushla Field, more so than I think a lot of ballparks around the state.
Not only that, but there's no padding or boards at the bottom, so that
to deflect back,
yeah, that fence just kind of catches it and keeps it there.
Well, second trip to the plate and back-to-back innings for Clayton Brown, who's done the catching today, and it hasn't had the best day behind the plate. 3 pass balls early. It's only led to 1 run, however. A 2-1 Auburn lead here in the bottom of the second. Pitch. This one upstairs, and it backed Brown off a bit, 2-0.
Just didn't quite have the movement on it. Started a little too far outside of the zone. Didn't allow that breaking ball to drop down into the strike zone.
Runner goes on 2-0. This one lined up into the alley into left center field. Getting to third base safely with a slide is Hilgenfeld. So the drop third strike that gets Hilgenfeld to first base might have just started something here for the Bulldogs, Annie. Runners on the corners with 2 gone.
You know, when you get a little bit of a lead there, you can kind of roll the dice, hit and run, executed to perfection by this Auburn Bulldog offense.
Clayton Brown, 2 for 2 in his first 2 trips to the plate in innings 1 and 2. Singles to left and right. And it brings up Mason Schultz.
Also going to get Rodriguez Hellbush as a courtesy runner over on first base. So we're going to get some speed over there in the corners.
There you go. And it brings up Mason Schultz. He would love to bring in Rodriguez Hellbush from first, and at the very least Hilgenfeld from third base, who again got aboard after striking out but beating out the throw on the drop third strike. Pitch on the way. First pitch swinging. This one hit pretty well to right field. Furness, who's had a tough day in right so far, puts that one away, and it saves a run and keeps Auburn off the scoreboard in the second. 2-1 Bulldogs as we're heading to the third.
When quality matters, it starts at Scotty's Ranchland Foods in Valentine. They're known for the highest quality beef, carefully aged to perfection, alongside fresh, vibrant produce, and a deli famous for fresh, never frozen fried chicken. It's quality you can see. Home of Scotty's Meat RX. Scotty's Ranchland Foods in Valentine, Nebraska. A better cut every time.
Kearney, Nebraska is the getaway you never knew you needed. With comfortable, premium lodging, eclectic shopping, and a variety of locally owned craft food and drink options, Kearney has something for everyone. By day, you'll find rich history, outdoor adventure, and some of America's most unique attractions. And by night, our many entertainment options, dazzling performances, and unique hangouts offer the perfect way to unwind. Visit Kearney. It's so much more than just in the middle.
Elon Vonderschmidt will retake the plate. He was the one at the dish when Jaden Willman was caught in a rundown between first and second to end inning number 2. So Vonderschmidt will retake his hacks here. 0 for 1 with a strikeout. He's Andy Klassen. I'm Jake Bartecki. 2-1 in favor of the Bulldogs. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, and a run on a hit, and no mistakes in the field for Falls City. First pitch of the inning. This one cut on and miss, and ricochets off to the right, 0-1.
Good opening pitch there for Dunakaki, trying to get inside on the hands of the batter, that being Vonderschmidt. Does so, gets that first strike.
Vonderschmidt this season batting .238. Comes in with a couple RBIs. Pitch on the way. That one drops in beautifully. Something off speed there, and Ty Dunakaki ahead 0-2, and he's thrived when he's been ahead 0-2 today.
Yes, sir. And I mean, that's a tough pitch to try and locate and do something as a batter, as it sweeps almost all the way across the zone and starting outside of the zone and then dropping in.
0-2 is upstairs. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One, 2 reaches the backstop, and it's 2-2. Pitch on the way. Called strike 3.
Right down the pipe, goes back to the fastball.
So strikeout number 6 through the first 2 1/3. Or Ty Dunakaki.
Right there for Dunakaki. That's why it's so important to get that opening strike. Then you can work your curveball, your off speed. You know, you have some pitches to kind of play with if you can get ahead in the count early.
First pitch swing, and this one fouled back by Jaden Wilkerson. Wilkerson 0 for 1. As pretty much everybody that's come to the plate today for the Tigers that has not gotten aboard has, he's struck out. This one grounded towards shortstop, playable for Schultz. Sidearms the throw to first, and it's just in time. Credit Wilkerson.
Yeah.
He hustled down that first base line.
He did, made a play out of it. Schultz did a great job charging that ball, and look at this, off the short hop with the quick exchange in time.
2 gone. We've yet to see a 1-2-3 inning yet today. Fewest number of batters you've seen come to the plate has been 4. That was back in the second inning for these same Tigers, as Brock Niedfeld will stand in. Got aboard with a hit by pitch in the first.
He's going to get it on
and
one
he
again.
Gets it again here. And this time it comes on the first pitch of the at-bat, so no 1-2-3 top of the third here for Ty Dunakaki.
And Niedfeld's fortunate because it was another one of those off-speed pitches that, you know, he didn't have to worry about taking a heater or a fastball in the middle of the numbers.
Must be something in the scouting report at Auburn seeing that they really want to throw off-speed stuff to Brock Niedfeld, because that's what all he's seen, and now he's been hit twice, so they're staying committed to it.
Yeah, and it might just be more of the style that Ty Dunakaki likes to, you know, pitch with. We talked about how he pitches from the stretch, doesn't use the full windup, whether or not there are runners on the bases. So
Simpson will courtesy run for the pitcher Niedfeld over at first base. So he stands on first with 1 on and 2 away for Mason Collier, who walked in inning number 1.
I want to get some ice on Niedfeld, too. He might have a couple bruises on his back and shoulder.
Going to need his arm as well to stay in the game. First pitch outside to Collier, 1-0. Mason Collier again, 3 of 5 at the plate this season. So not many ABs, but effective ones when he's had them. 1-0 drops below the zone. 2 balls, no strikes. A lot of pitches at the disposal for both Niedfeld and Dunakaki. 2-0. This one swung on and ripped into the alley into left center field, rounding second, and on his way to third is Simpson, and standing on second base with a 2-out double is Mason Collier.
Just a fantastic piece of hitting there. Drove it right over top of the shortstop, line drive. As you mentioned, stand-up double. We got runners at second and third. Couple ducks on the pond here for Cam Huppert.
That's a 600 batting average that just got better for Mason Collier, as he is now 4 of 6 at the plate this season, and Camden Huppert will stand in 0 for 1 with a strikeout to end the first.
Ooh, right there.
Good pitch to hit. Tough pitch to swing at, though.
Yeah, it was, because it starts out of the zone. Man, just works across, works inside there.
The 0-1. Up and in, and it's a ball and a strike.
Just one swing of the bat here could give the Tigers the lead.
This one inside, and Huppert ducks out of the way. 2 balls, 1 strike.
And Ty Dunakak, he's making it a point to work the inside half of that plate. All 3 pitches have been inside here.
Huppert has 3 RBIs this season. Would like to add a couple more to that, and this one low, 3 balls, 1 strike. RBIs against Omaha South, Lincoln Lutheran, and Louisville. Did not have a good time against Auburn earlier this month. Went 0 for 4 with a trio of strikeouts. Check swing.
He's on board.
And yes, he is. I was looking for the appeal down to first. There's no call, and that loads the bases after a walk.
4 straight balls there for Dunakak after that opening strike. Big moment early on here.
I think he was surprised he even got that call.
Well, no one was down there to challenge.
Well, Vaden Layden will come to the plate here, but not before a mound visit. We'll step aside for 30 seconds on NCN.
For over 40 years, Claybaugh Pharmacy has been your trusted, family-owned, full-service pharmacy. We provide traditional medical options, medical equipment, immunizations, and over-the-counter products. We take pride in going above and beyond to improve the health of our community. And to ensure you have a seamless experience, manage your profile and refills with a touch of the finger from home. Claybaugh Pharmacy in downtown Beatrice, your hometown family-owned pharmacy.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Western Oil. Make your first and last stop to and from the game at your nearest Speedy Mart or Good to Go convenience stores today. Bank of the Valley, together we go further. And by Scotty's Ranchland Foods, Highway 20 in Valentine, Nebraska.
Well, bases loaded, 2 outs. Similar situation, same exact situation as the first inning, and Ty Dunakak worked his way around that one. Can he do it again here in the third? Vaden Layden to the plate as he swings at the first pitch and fouls it off right side, 0-1. What's the strategy here, and what was the message during the mound visit to Dunakak?
Well, that was a good time out there for head coach Dick Warner of Auburn, just bringing his offense in, or his defense in, and just telling him, settle down. We're going to try and work a ground ball here. There's a force at every single base. Let's go. All we need is 1 out.
Bases loaded, and it is 0-2. The pitch. Called strike 3. Biggest strikeout yet. 7th of the game for Ty Dunakak. And for the second time in 3 innings, Falls City leaves the bases loaded. We will head to the bottom of the third. We've got a good one here at Tushla Field.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman. I love it. Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
We're definitely coming back. Sure.
We have a wedding band to buy. So.
We do, yes. We have wedding bands. We'll be back for that.
Starter Heyman Jewelers, downtown 12th and O, South Point Pavilions, and Grand Island.
Refrigeration inspiration comes in every Samsung refrigerator at Schaefer's. Family-forward designs like the hub to keep you connected, and that's just the beginning. Samsung's new FlexZone model, Sphere ice makers, and ingenious beverage center elevate your options, putting your thirst first. Add Schaefer's everyday value customer service and now free delivery. On your Samsung purchase, it's easy to see why life is easier at Schaefer's. Local, trusted, and family-owned since 1946.
Brock Needfelt getting ready to face off with the 3, 4, and 5 hitters of the Bulldogs. Gavin Bauer, Jackson Warner, and Caleb Cover. all reached base or drove in a run in the first inning as Bauer was hit by a pitch and scored. Warner drove him in, and then Caleb Cover had an RBI single as well. So production from that end of the top to the middle part of the order for Auburn so far here today. But Brock Neufeld, Andy, there's been a couple of jams, but all things considered, damage control has been pretty good.
It really has been. He's doing a good job, and, there's been a couple of errors that's worked against him, or maybe they weren't counted as errors, but they're plays that the defense probably could have made, and he's been able to work his way through it, and we still got our ball game here 2-1.
Yeah, 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors for Auburn. 1 run, a couple of hits, no errors for Falls City as Bauer stands in for the second time today. Nebraska Wesleyan commit. Pitch is on its way here to begin the bottom of the 4th. Well inside, 1-0. Bauer on the mound. He's thrown over 19 innings and has a 1.09 ERA, 12 strikeouts, and 11 walks.
Yeah, and you can bet that was probably one of the most attractive things as he lines one right up the middle.
Second time in as many at-bats. Gavin Bauer is aboard, a leadoff single here in the bottom of the 3rd.
It doesn't matter if you're Division II, NAIA Division I. You can't have enough arms on your collegiate baseball squad. And Bauer, one of the better arms here in southeast Nebraska, going to be taking his talents to the next level.
I'll bring up Jackson Warner. Picked up an RBI, his 5th of the season, on a sacrifice ground out back to the mound. Chopped one right back to Brock Neufeld. And Neufeld took the out at first, and this is a close play over at first base. We haven't really seen Neufeld work the pickoffs much today, but he nearly had Baker there for out number 1.
I think he's learning from his first couple of innings where, he had Clayton Brown steal on him, kind of timed up his approach, his windup. Wants to keep those base runners off balance just a little bit and throwing it back to first. That's a good way to do that.
First pitch in there for a strike to Warner, 0-1. Warner batting .360 on the season. Leads the team in runs scored and doubles. 17 runs, 3 doubles on the season. This one swung on high in the air towards Furness. Shades over to make the grab and right for out number 1.
That was a fantastic job by Furness. You saw how he located that ball right away and keep his head up, kept his eyes on the ball the entire way.
Caleb Cover will dig in. 1 for 1 with an RBI single. Picked up his 13th run batted in the first inning on a single to right.
That replay also saw Furness use his glove as a shield from the sun.
Yeah.
Just good fundamental baseball there on right field.
Decent gap in right center. Taking off for second base is Baker, and the throw is well late. Stolen base for Gavin Baker, and now the unconventional double play, or the conventional double play, I should say, is out of the equation as you've got a runner in scoring position here with 1 out.
Good jump there from Baker, and he got a little bit of help there as that slider was down and outside. That's a tough pitch to kind of corral as a catcher and get it up and down to second base.
So a runner on second, 1 away in a 2-1 ball game. Pitch on its way. This one outside for ball 2.
Cover with a healthy average, batting average, .270 on the season. Nothing to sneeze at.
Also extended his hit streak earlier today as well, up to 5 games. That RBI single in the first. Things have gone well for the sophomore so far this season.
Well, he's being very patient right now. Lets another one drift out of bounds. Out of the strike zone, not out of bounds.
It's one of the things that Dick Warner has, I think, talked a lot about is how coachable this team has been this season. And you ask him what's the reason for 9-5 to start the year, and he says just good young men that want to be coached. Taking all the way on 3-0, and he nearly took ball 4 to Caleb Cover, but the get-back pitch from Neufeld finds the zone. It's 3-1.
And that's a typical spot as a batter. You always want to take that pitch, 3-0, 50-50 type of a call.
We've talked about this before. You're not a swing 3-0 guy.
No, I'm not. I want that pitcher to earn it.
Pitch in there for strike 2.
Got to have a little confidence, right, in yourself when you're in the batter's box.
Going to say Neudfeld's earning his way back into this at-bat. 3-2 from 3-0. A runner on second with 1 gone. Big payoff pitch right here in the third. The 3-2. Swung on. This one is ripped down the left field line. That is a fair ball. Rounding third and headed for home is Gavin Baker. And Caleb Cover halfway to the natural cycle. A single in the first, an RBI double in the third. 3-1 Bulldogs.
Oh, that was a fine piece of hitting. Had the 3-1 count to work with. Was sitting on that fastball, able to pull it down the third base line. Reaches the fence. And that's where that stolen base, that was an easy RBI then. As you had the base runner start from second with a head of steam.
Well, Baker scores on the RBI double, and it brings up Griffin Sikora, the designated hitter, 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Neufeld kicks and deals. How will he respond after the biggest hit of the ball game to this point? Ends the at-bat with a strike, 0-1. Sikora 1 for his last 12 at the dish. Picked up an RBI despite an 0 for 3 day against the Bulldogs earlier this season. The 0-1. That one in there for a strike, and it's 0-2.
Griffin Sikora is going to have to protect now. He's down in the count. Does have a runner at second base to work with.
Run across in the inning. Cover stands on second. He's responsible for that. A double rip down the left field line. An at-bat to go. The 0-2. And this one reaches the backstop, and moving up to third base is Cover. And he's 90 feet from making this a 3-run ball game.
Boy, and that was awful. I mean, awfully inside. Sikora almost getting hit, but doesn't try to jump out of the way or anything.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Situation feels a little different. Obviously, 1 out, runner on second. Versus 1 out, runner on third. Much different situation, yes. Kind of to reprogram if you're Neufeld. Pitch on the way. This one poked to the left side. Line and caught. Reaching to his left. Wilkerson over at third base. Nearly would have been able to throw to Bodie Jones over at third, but no one covering. And here you see it on the Meade Lumber BCH instant replay.
Loses his hat in the process. Snow cones it in. That's a run-scoring snag, no doubt.
Well, Bryson Meyer to the plate. Stands in for the second time in as many innings, 0 for 1 with a ground out in the second. Pitch on the way. This one pop foul right side. Bulldogs have scored in every inning, except for the second. They scored 2 in the first. Had an opportunity to score in the second. They played it a run here in the third.
Yeah, I think both coaching staffs are going to look at these early innings and look at the bases, base runners left on base. Want to improve on that.
6 runners left stranded by Falls City. They left the bases loaded in the first and here in the third. This one inside for a ball. Flip side, Auburn's left 3 runners on base. One of them coming in scoring position in the second. The 1-1. In the dirt. 2 balls and a strike. Bryson Meyer had one of his best games of his career and the season earlier this year against Louisville. Went 3 for 4. RBI single in each hit. All of those career highs. 2-1 from Neufeld.
Ooh.
Inside, this reaches the backstop, and the wild pitch is going to score the run from third. Caleb Cover, after getting aboard with the double, scores on a wild pitch, and it's 4-1 Auburn.
Good jump from third base. He was waiting for that, sitting on that pass ball. Yeah, and just once again, Cam Huppert just kind of losing sight of the ball, that inside pitch.
And that now clears the bases. 3 balls, 1 strike to Bryson Meyer. Both catchers have had some trouble today.
Yeah.
Pitch from Neufeld. Inside, and that's ball 4, and the inning continues. Our third inning today is brought to you in part by Husker Rehab, treating the cause of the pain, not just the symptoms. He's Andy Klassen. I'm Jake Bartecki, live from Tushla Field. 2 in the first, 2 here in the third for Auburn, and they lead at 4-1. We might not be finished yet as Aiden Smith stands in. Pitch on the way. That one cuts across the zone and finds the outer part of the plate for strike one. Smith popped up to first in the second. He's 0 for 1 today. Needfeld's 0-1. This one at the belt, called the ball, 1-1.
2 outs on the board right here for Fall City, but we've seen Auburn get a little aggressive on the base path. They got a lead to work with. Do they want to send a runner?
Well, Bryson Meyer has not really been much of a base stealing threat this season. He's 0 for 2 in attempts, and he hasn't had any stolen bases, so...
That might play into the...
Running on contact, process. Maybe.
Yeah.
1-2 with 2 gone here in the third, as Andy mentioned. Chance to get out of the inning right here for Brock Needfeld. The pitch. This one is in and out of the glove of Huppert behind the plate, and that easily allows Meyer to get into second base. So it wasn't a stolen base, Andy, but the pass ball, another one here on Huppert, gets a runner into scoring position on the even count.
Works all the same. You get that runner into scoring position, and it puts the Bulldog offense back in a spot where they could steal a run here. 2 outs.
Still also a chance to get out of the inning. All he needs is a strike, does Needfeld. This one popped up on the infield.
Tough spot.
This could be trouble, and unable to make the play is Vonderschmidt. Rounding third to score is Meyer, and it's 5-1 Bulldogs. Another defensive miscue on a little blooper into the short outfield.
And that's exactly what I was talking about. Steal a run. You pop a guy up out of the infield and kind of Bermuda triangle, but Brody Jones, or excuse me, that was the second baseman. Vonderschmidt got a bad jump on a bad look at it, and Bulldogs were able to convert a pass ball and a Texas leaguer for a run.
Just the 4th RBI of the season for Aiden Smith. Went 0 for 4 against Fall City earlier this season, so his first base knock against the Bulldogs this year. Comes in the third to extend the lead to 5-1, and Jack Hilgenfeld will dig in. 0 for 1 with a strikeout, but he reached first on the drop third.
Auburn goes up by 4, but you talk to any coaching staff across the state, you can never have enough insurance runs, so they still want to extend this 2-out rally.
And get it back to the top of the order. 7th batter to come to the plate today for the Bulldogs. In this inning. Pitch. Swinging after a high heater is Hilgenfeld, and he's down 0-2. They're down to first in a close play, but Smith back safely.
Yeah, I think if I'm Needfeld, just bear down. Let's get to the fastball. Let's get ourselves out of this inning.
The 0-2 with 2 outs. Runner goes on a pitch outside, and this skips into the outfield. And a stolen base for Aiden Smith. And now a runner in scoring position again as Smith picks up his team-high 15th stolen bag of the season.
That wasn't that bad of a pitch. Just missed that outside corner. I like the selection.
Throw was just not on line. 1-2 the count. Still a chance to get out of the inning for Needfeld. We've said that a couple times this inning, and it hasn't happened, but it does right there. Third strikeout of the ball game as Hilgenfeld strands Aiden Smith at second, but not before 3 more go up on the board for the Bulldogs, and they lead it 5-1 after 3 innings of play. We'll head to the 4th.
From the heart of Nebraska to across the state, RMV Construction is building more than just structures. We're building trust. RMV Construction has grown from humble beginnings to become a trusted name across central Nebraska and beyond. With unmatched craftsmanship, cutting-edge innovation, and an unwavering commitment to customer satisfaction, we deliver projects on time, on budget, and above expectations. Trusted, local, proven. RMV Construction in Kearney and Lincoln. Let's build your vision together.
5 5-1 in favor of Auburn as Falls City will come to bat here in the top of the fourth inning. Today's game is brought to you in part by RMV Construction. If you have a construction project that needs built, RMV Construction is the company you need to call. RMV Construction has proudly constructed more than 50 WIC buildings across the state, including this one north of Amherst. WIC buildings are post-framed, pre-engineered metal building systems made with better materials for a better building. RMV will help you expand your ag operation, create your next barn dominium, or develop commercial space by constructing a WIC building with unmatched durability, energy efficiency, and design flexibility. RMV Construction with offices in Kearney and Lincoln, trusted, local, proven. 5-1 Auburn, bottom of the order, and then back to the top, 2 up for Falls City here in the top of the fourth. Bodie Jones, Callan Furness, and then the leadoff hitter, Jaden Willman will bat here. First pitch on the way. This one is outside for a ball, 1-0.
Good job from Jones there, taking that opening pitch. Fastball well outside off the plate. And yeah, the Tigers, their offensive mindset has to be, let's get on base. There we go, nice bunt.
That's one way to do it. Jones lays down the bunt. The throw is in time. A great job by Clayton Brown to get out of the crouch and work the throw down the first base line. But a good idea, though, by Bodie Jones.
Really was just a phenomenal play there from Clayton Brown. A very athletic catcher able to get up out of his stance, zip one down the first base line. Good stretch from the first baseman, too. I thought Bodie Jones was on for sure.
Well, that brings up Callan Furness, the 9-hole hitter who was 0 for 1 with a strikeout. He takes a ball outside, 1-0. He shows bunt as well, and this one clanks off the left cleat of Clayton Brown behind the dish, 1-1.
All right, so we got a hitter's count here for Callan Furness. See what he's able to do with it. 2-0. Works it to 3-0.
That'll work. Ty Dunakaki has fallen behind 3-0 once, and it did lead to a walk. This one inside, and that's ball 4.
Good discipline at bat there from your 9-hole. Callan Furness gets himself on board.
And Jaden Willman will come to the plate as the lineup turns back over to the top. So third time through the order for Ty Dunakaki against the Bulldogs. Against the Tigers. Willman has reached base in each of his first 2 trips to the plate, once via the hit by pitch and then an infield single where he drove in the only run on the scoreboard for the Tigers today.
Yeah, Willman digging in. Obviously feeling pretty comfortable there in the box.
Pitch on the way. That one in there for a strike.
Boy, and he picked it up the whole way. You could see off the body language there from Willman. He knew that was a breaking ball, just didn't know what to do with it.
It's kind of, I think, been part of the reason we've seen Dunakaki have so many looking strikeouts as he's had today, and they're going to say that got a piece of Willman. So aboard via the hit by pitch for the second time. I was going to say, Andy, I think, the breaking ball has froze a lot of Tiger batters today, which has led to 5 of the 7 strikeouts today for Dunakaki to have been looking.
Yeah, and we mentioned it. I mean, I think it was the second inning, kind of an up-and-down inning for Ty with the hit by pitch, but then the 3 strikeouts. We're seeing more of the same here in the fourth.
Bonderschmidt 0 for 2 with strikeouts today, but he singles to right. Everybody will move up a base. And the bases are loaded here in the top of the fourth.
All right, so Bonderschmidt wasn't waiting around, wasn't looking to work the count. He wanted to jump on that opening pitch, does so. Takes it to the right side, gets himself on board, as you mentioned, moves everybody 90 feet closer.
And it brings up Jaden Wilkerson with the bases loaded, representing the tying run. Pitch on the way.
Ooh, that was right there.
Yeah, that was a changeup that dropped in for a strike, 0-1. And again, another breaking ball that another Tiger hitter, this time Wilkerson, just didn't really know what to do with it.
It's been interesting to watch Dunakaki work from the mound. You know, a lot of pitchers, they typically use their fastball to kind of set everything else up. He uses his changeup to set up his secondary pitches, one of which being the fastball.
When he's got swinging strikeouts today, they have come with the fastball and the breaking ball in there for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And when you got command like that with your breaking ball, lean into it, right?
Long look to third in the pitch. This one in the dirt, and Clayton Brown, who's had a tough time keeping balls in front of him today, was able to get the chest protector in use and keep that one at the plate.
He was ready for that low fastball.
Dunakaki with a look to third base, the 2-2. Big swing here, and this one fouled off by Wilkerson. We'll do it again on 2 balls, 2 strikes. Wilkerson does not have any multi-hit games this season. Batting .172 in his 12 games played this year. This one is in the dirt, and this will clank to the right. Everybody will stay put. The count runs full.
Well, credit Wilkerson here for working the full count. This hasn't been an easy at-bat. We've seen some fantastic pitches from Ty Dunakaki. He's going to have to bring one more here. Sitting at 3-2.
Wind blowing from right to left. Bases loaded, the pitch. Chopper up the middle part of the infield. Charging and throwing to first base is Hilgenfeld. That puts runners on second and third, and most importantly, a run scores, and it's 5-2.
Yeah, Hilgenfeld did a great job charging that ball, because had he not come in and got it, I don't think there was enough time for the shortstop, Schultz, to make the play.
So an RBI for Wilkerson as he picks up his first of the season. So there's a positive right there for Jaden Wilkerson and Falls City. Not only they get a run, but they get one of their players get his first run driven in of the year.
Okay, so Needfeld takes to the box here. You know, the starting pitcher for the Tigers. Runners on second and third. He can really help himself out here.
Yeah. Needfeld has not homered yet this season. He has 1 triple. He represents the game's tying run here in the 4th.
Boy, he's got a really nice count to work with. I believe it's 2-0 now.
Yes, it is.
Be selective as a hitter.
At second, it's Vonderschmidt. Third is Wilmer.
Oh, and there was that fastball he was looking for.
Went right after it, didn't he?
Yes, he did. Fouls it back. Wasn't off by much.
Dunakaki's 2-1. Swung on, line right to second base. Gavin Bauer is there, and that ends the inning. Runners stranded on second and third for the Tigers. They have now stranded 8 with 6 in scoring position. They trail at 5-2 after 3.5. We're halfway home. You're watching high school baseball on NCN.
Hey, it's me, one of those students on the waiting list for a Teammates mentor. I've heard Teammates is so fun and awesome. You get to talk, laugh, play games, and hang out with a positive, caring adult once a week at school. Teammates helps students believe in themselves, and 97% of mentees are proud to be a part of it. I'd love to be one of those mentees, but we need more mentors. So if you got an hour a week to be someone a student like me can count on, go to teammates.org today. Join the team. Be a mentor.
When quality matters, it starts at Scotty's Ranchland Foods in Valentine. They're known for the highest quality beef, carefully aged to perfection, alongside fresh, vibrant produce, and a deli famous for fresh, never frozen fried chicken. It's quality you can see. Home of Scotty's Meat RX. Scotty's Ranchland Foods in Valentine, Nebraska. A better cut every time.
Top of the order due up in Clayton Brown, Mason Schultz, and Gavin Bauer for Auburn here at Tushla Field. A 5-2 Bulldogs lead. They plated 2 in the first, 3 in the third to build up that advantage. 5 runs on 6 hits. Andy, what do you expect for the third time through the order here for Brock Needfeld against the Bulldogs?
Well, typically the numbers don't work out well for the pitcher once that batting order gets to see that live arm for the third time around. Let's see how he tries to navigate his way around it as he faces off against the top of the order.
Yeah, Clayton Brown has been a tough out today as he's 2 for 2 with singles to right and then left. So he's had a good day at the dish. Comes in batting .319 on the season. 1-0. This one lined back up the middle and make it 3 for 3 with singles as this one slips through the defense into center field.
See, that's just a fine piece of hitting there from your leadoff batter. Not trying to do too much with it, just squares it up, puts it right back up the middle. That's a tough ball to field.
It's hard to read those when they take a ricochet or a hop off the mound. Sometimes they go right back up the middle and just get some air. Sometimes they bounce left or right. I've always been told middle infielders, that's their toughest play is when it takes a bounce off the mound.
And you're also seeing a change of speed here, unlike yesterday's game that we had in Lincoln where it was all AstroTurf, right, or that crumb rubber, whether it was the mound or the grass, fake grass infield, it's the same stuff. That's not the case here. This is a traditional, beautiful-looking field with real grass and fine shape. And same with the mound. So you're going to see that change in speed going from dirt to grass.
Wild pitch there, and that moves Brown up into second base, and a 1-0 count to Mason Schultz, who is 0 for 2.
Yeah.
Grounds it out to third in the first, and then lined out to deep right. Runners on the corners in the second.
And credit Auburn in their offense for taking advantage of some mistakes or some timely plays. When they get runners in that scoring position, they're usually able to work them home one way or another.
1-0 is in there low, 2 balls, no strikes. Schultz had one of his better hitting performances the season last time out against Lincoln Christian. Had an RBI double going 2 for 4. 2-0. This one outside, 3 balls, no strikes.
And I think if I'm Mason Schultz, the senior, there's no way I'm swinging at this 3-0 pitch.
And you got a runner in scoring position, your leadoff hitter in scoring position, nobody out. Andy Klassen's correct, and as a matter of fact, he doesn't swing at the pitch and gets awarded first base.
And we're going to have a meeting here for the defense of Falls City, and looks like we're going to get a new arm.
We will step aside. The day is done for Brock Needfeld. We'll get you the numbers on him and the new pitcher right after these messages.
Big ideas, bold graphics, quality products you're proud to wear. That is Custom Sports. Custom Sports, custom graphics, quality products, and timely service you can count on.
Our communities are built through stories of connection, hard work, and bright futures. You're committed to this place, and so are we. By supporting your dreams and by celebrating your stories, Bank of the Valley has grown alongside you through 40 years of going further together. We're building lasting relationships and a legacy of success. We're in this together, and together we go further.
Jaden Willman is the new pitcher in the ball game as the day is done for Brock Needfeld. He comes in from center field, takes over on the mound. He'll come on for the 4th time this season. He's worked through 4 innings, no official record. Hasn't necessarily had the best control, Andy, and that's part of why he's got 5 walks to 2 strikeouts and that high ERA.
Yeah, whenever you got that ERA above 5 or 6, you really want to focus in on just throwing strikes, and there's a little bit of a loop to his fastball here, so I don't know if he's going to lean into his changeup or just really try to focus on that fastball.
Well, the numbers on Needfeld on the day, he went 3 innings, allowing 5 runs on 7 hits. He walked 1, struck out 3, hit a batter, had 1 wild pitch. and he hands the baseball off to Willman with runners on first and second and nobody out here in the fourth inning. What's the strategy if you're Willman coming out of the bullpen in this situation?
I never want to overcomplicate it, and I've kind of just touched on it there.
Yeah.
Throw strikes, put the pressure back on this Bulldog offense. Make them swing the bat.
That brings up Gavin Bauer, who has been a difficult out today. A hit by pitch and a single, and now a throw down to third, and it is in time. They gun down Clayton Brown heading down to third, and a caught stealing for out number one.
I really like that baseball on a lot of fronts there. Auburn's ahead. Go ahead and roll the dice, right? Gamble a little bit. You also have a brand new third baseman. Is he ready for this? Is he ready for that? But how about the execution there from Falls City Tigers? One pitch, one out.
Ball was outside as well to Bauer, 1-0. This one a changeup. Doesn't drop enough, and it's 2 balls, no strikes. It's got to feel good if you're Jaden Willman. You were coming into this situation with the runners on first and second. Now with 1 out and a runner on first, you got a double play that gets you out of the inning and a pitch.
And that was a lapse there in execution. Mason Schultz should have motored down to second base when he saw that throw go to third.
Sure.
And you're exactly right. That leaves that traditional double play ball live for the Tiger defense.
3-0 the count. Willman comes in cold from center field, and that is ball 4. It's a 4-pitch walk in relief. First batter faced for Jaden Willman.
Yeah, Willman's just got to make a little adjustment here. That ball is just landing just off the plate, just outside, just bringing in a little bit. He's going to get that call.
So that brings up Jackson Warner, who is 0 for 2 today, had a sacrifice ground out that brought in a run in the first, and he flew out in the third. Still just 1 out in the frame.
There it is.
There's a beautifully dropped in curveball for strike 1.
Now your cleanup hitter and Jackson Warner, those still having a productive day. You mentioned the RBI.
Yep. That was his 5th run driven in this season. The 0-1. This one laced up the alley into left center field. Taking the turn for home is Mason Schultz, and he will score. Cutoff throw is wild, and the score is 6-2 Bulldogs.
Give the cleanup hitter one more RBI, Jackson Warner, and you said it, laced that one right up the middle. And that's what's been most impressive to me with these Auburn hitters. They're not trying to do too much with it. They're just taking the ball where they can drive it, where they can hit it.
And it puts runners on first and second and 1 away for Caleb Cover, who is halfway to the natural cycle, Andy. A single in the first and a double in the third, and both came with RBIs.
And if that one would have stayed fair down the line, maybe a triple, I don't know.
You never know. Never know. Probably going to have one more at bat as well. 0-1 the count to Cover. Pitch back over to first. The tag not down in time. One across in the inning. Cover swings at this one, drives it to center field. That one is playable for new center fielder in the ball game. That's Niedfeld who took over out there. A line out to center for out number 2.
Well, Niedfeld moved to third base. I think he got Furness that moved over to center field. Then you have Vonderschmidt into right field. So a little bit of a shuffle of the deck there defensively.
Yep, you are correct.
For the Tigers, but a fantastic play there. Furness making the adjustment from right to center. Good job staying back on that ball, not letting it go over his head.
That is correct. Furness in center field. Good catch, Andy. This one swung on and into the dugout, fouled off by Griffin Sikora.
Every once in a while, Jake, I'll get it right. Every once in a while.
And maybe you have the better eyes of the group. 0-1 the count as that one fouled off by Sikora, who is 0 for 2. A strikeout and a line out to third. This one swung on to first base. And putting that one away is Mason Collier, and that ends the inning. Another run goes on the board for Auburn. They lead it now 6-2 as we head to the 5th.
So this yellow jacket, it basically symbolizes that it's showtime.
The Yellow Jackets are a throwback to Monday Night Football.
The 1970s, Keith Jackson, Howard Cosell.
That was the big broadcast in the country. Now we're the big broadcast in Nebraska.
When News Channel Nebraska is covering a game, we want you to know that we take it seriously. We want to dress sharp. We have pride in what we do.
And we're going to wear those yellow jackets to show people that we're a little old school, but we're also the important broadcast of the night.
From the heart of Nebraska to across the state, RMV Construction is building more than just structures. We're building trust. RMV Construction has grown from humble beginnings to become a trusted name across central Nebraska and beyond. With unmatched craftsmanship, cutting-edge innovation, and an unwavering commitment to customer satisfaction, we deliver projects on time, on budget, and above expectations. Trusted, local, proven. RMV Construction in Kearney and Lincoln. Let's build your vision together.
With a 7-strikeout day thus far, Ty Dunekacki retakes the mound here for the 5th inning, where he'll face the middle of the order as the bottom of the order, Bryson Meyer, Aiden Smith, and Jack Hilgenfeld, who's had some success. Each of those have reached base so far today for Fall City.
You know, you mentioned Dunekacki going back out there to the mound, and it hasn't been clear sailing. He has had to work through some jams, and he's been able to do so. The sophomore showing a little grit out there on the bump.
Bryson Meyer will stand in. First pitch on the way. That went in there for a strike. 0-1. All quiet in both bullpens as well.
Yeah, Bulldogs able to get a couple more insurance runs there, extending their lead by 4.
One fouled off into the fence behind home plate. 0-2. Meyer is 0 for 1. Grounded out to short in the second, and then walked and scored in the third.
I can't go any higher than that.
The 0-2. Didn't miss by much, but it's a ball and 2 strikes. Pitch. From 0-2 to 2-2. Meyer is able to lay off that one. Two. Collier fouls this one off, and we'll do it again on 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Might have just been in the dirt there, wasn't it?
Yes, I believe it was.
3-2, so we're going to fill up the count here.
Good call.
And I want to say that's Jaden Willman.
Pitch on the way. This one is inside, and that will send a runner down to first.
Center fielder gets himself to first base.
Yes, indeed.
Moved into pitcher.
So a new batter into the ball game here as well. Looks like Hubbard will stand in. Hubbard today, check that, he's taken one official at bat today. Struck out in the first, walked in the third. Takes a first pitch outside for a ball, 1-0.
Cam doing a nice job being patient with that opening pitch. Gets ahead in the count.
Pitch on the way. That one in there for a strike, 1-1. Well, after the leadoff walk, a couple of fastballs there from Dunekacki. Count even at 1 apiece.
Goes right back to that fastball, stays ahead of the batter.
1 ball, 2 strikes, the count.
That being the opposing catcher, Cam Hubbard.
Pitch. Called strike 3. After the walk, strikeout number 8 for Dunekacki.
And that's kind of been the calling card of Ty Dunekacki today. Yeah, he'll give up an opening walk or get himself in a jam, but gets right back to that fastball, hammers that fastball, punches out another strikeout.
So 1 on, 1 away. Brings in Vaden Layden, who is 0 for 1, walked, struck out. scored a run so far today.
Good hit.
Rips this one to right field. That's down for a base hit, and it gives some trouble to Aiden Smith, and that will allow the runner from first to third, and it's runners on the corners here for Falls City in the fifth.
Fine piece of hitting right there for Layden. Going down, getting it, just taking the ball to right field.
Bodie Jones will stand in now.
Yeah, and kind of a goofy bounce in the outfield.
Looks like we've got a mound visit here. Could this be the day for Ty Dunakaki? Or might it just be a conversation of how to play things with runners on the corners? We will step aside for 30 seconds. We'll let you find out in a moment.
So this yellow jacket, it basically symbolizes that it's showtime.
The Yellow Jackets are a throwback to Monday Night Football.
The 1970s, Keith Jackson, Howard Cosell.
That was the big broadcast in the country. Now we're the big broadcast in Nebraska.
When News Channel Nebraska is covering a game, we want you to know that we take it seriously. We want to dress sharp. We have pride in what we do.
And we're going to wear those yellow jackets to show people. And we're a little old school, but we're also the important broadcast of the night.
Fuel up for the big game at Speedy Mart on 238th Street in Greenwood. Open 24 hours. We've got the winning lineup, hot coffee, ice cold drinks, and tasty snacks, plus daily specials smoked fresh in our smoker. Need a pit stop? Our bathrooms are the cleanest around. And our friendly staff always makes you feel like part of the home team. Don't get sidelined. Score big on convenience at Speedy Mart, Greenwood.
New pitcher in the ball game for Auburn is none other than Gavin Bauer. Nebraska Wesleyan commit. Andy, his numbers impressive this season. There you see him.
Yeah, fantastic job with that low ERA. You can see with the walks to strikeout ratio, obviously I'd like that to be a little more lopsided towards strikeouts, but that tells me he does a good job generating ground balls, using his defense to generate outs night in and night out. And you know he's a special talent with Nebraska Wesleyan, already signing him to a deal.
Yeah, his record 1-1 on the season. Numbers on Ty Dunakaki goes 4 1/3 innings, allowing 2 runs on 4 hits. He walked 5, struck out 8, hit 3 batters. That's probably the biggest blemish. But your thoughts on the day for the sophomore arm for Auburn?
I was impressed with Ty Dunakaki. We mentioned it just before he exited the game there, but he got himself into a couple of jams, right, if we're being honest. But he also had the grit, the determination, and the fastball to dig himself out of a hole if he got himself into that. And he set himself up. He gave his team, most importantly, gave his team a chance to win, and that's really all you can ask for out of your starting pitcher.
Yeah, 6 of his 8 strikeouts came looking as well, so impressive stuff today from Ty Dunakaki on the mound. But Gavin Bauer will take over. Runners on the corners, and 1 away for Falls City here, and Bodie Jones will dig in a 6-2 ball game with Auburn ahead.
Yeah, and Bauer's got to feel pretty good with this lead that he has to work with, even with runners in the corners.
Showing bunt is Jones. And that pulled Hilgenfeld off the bag.
Yes, sir.
The pickoff at first base. How about the recognition?
Oh, man, right away. Bauer kind of knew something was coming his way when the bunt was shown, and right away gets the pickoff.
No doubter there. 2 down. New situation here with a runner on third and 2 away. And again, we've talked about it a couple of times, Andy. The number of runners left stranded today by Falls City, 8 and 6 in scoring position. Pitch on the way. This one hit towards the parking lot, and it's 0-1.
And you know, that's always one of those cardinal sins in baseball. Don't get yourself out when you're on board, when you're on base, especially if you're not trying to, push the envelope and be aggressive and steal a base pickoff. That's a tough pill to swallow.
The 1-1. Inside 2-1.
Boy, and you can just see the the velocity that Gavin Bauer brings with that fastball.
Throws around 90. I mean, that'll get the job done.
Yes, sir.
This one a grounder back to the mound. Bauer working to his left, underhands to first base, and that ends the inning. Another runner in scoring position stranded by the Tigers, and Auburn maintains a 6-2 lead heading to the bottom of the fifth.
Do you know when the worst time to find out your sump pump isn't working? The day you need it. At John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electrical, we're offering a $59 sump pump inspection, so you won't have to find a watery surprise in your basement after a storm. For just $59, our licensed and experienced service professionals will examine your sump pump, inspecting its major components, to ensure your sump pump is ready and working when you need it most. Hurry, this offer won't last long. John Henry's, serving your family since 1996.
Bottom of the order due up. Wonder if he's having any luck out there. That just looks like a grass-eyed pike to me, though.
Yeah, I don't know if that's going to count.
You been able to do any fishing so far this season?
Yeah, a couple times, but haven't really been able to reel in any big ones yet.
There you go. Bryson Meyer leads off. Bottom of the order due up here for Auburn. So they lead at 6-2. 1-1 the count. The 0-1. Low, and it's a ball and a strike.
Didn't miss by much. Bryson Meyer obviously being very patient at the plate.
He's 0 for 1 today, a ground out and a walk. Has scored a run as well. This one, a hot shot down the third base line. I thought that was extra bases, but just foul. And it's 1-2.
You said it, just foul. I thought that was fair off the bat.
So did I.
That would have been appeared to be a stand-up double.
I thought it looked fair off the bounce as well. One of the best angle from where we're at here behind home plate. 1-2 outside, 2-2.
That's the count up at 2-2, as you mentioned there. Let's one fade off out of the strike zone.
High pop in between infield and outfield. And that one playable in short right.
So that Layden doing a nice job coming in, calling off the second baseman.
Out number 1, Vander Schmidt with the put away there. It brings up Aiden Smith. 1 for 2 today, an RBI single in the third and a pop up to first in the second. This pitch off the plate for ball 1.
All right, I'm back.
Again, it's Willman on the mound for Fall City after Brock Needfeld went 3 innings, allowing 5 runs on 7 hits. Didn't have his best stuff, but I think damage control is the way you can sum up his day.
Yeah, no, he did a fine job, and we mentioned how there's a couple balls that just didn't quite bounce his way. He was still able to fight through it.
Yeah. 2-0 with 1 away. Off the plate into the backstop, but no damage done with the bases clear. 3 balls, no strikes.
Yeah, a pitch like that just kind of feels like Jaden Williams, just a little bit of an over pitch there, holding on to the ball a little too long.
Jackson Warner is up and loosening in the Auburn bullpen. So we work the bottom of the 5th here on News Channel Nebraska, Tushla Field. Proud to be here.
Just a beautiful afternoon, evening for baseball.
Showing bunt was Smith, but the pitch well outside, and it's the second 4-pitch walk as well, issued by Willman, and that puts a runner on with 1 down.
Yeah, I don't think Smith was ever thinking of truly bunting there. Just wanted to give the pitcher something to look at with that 3-0 count.
Well, that brings up Jack Hilgenfeld, 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. Did reach base on one of them on a deep drop third strike.
Ooh.
This one inside, and you could hear that one off the shoulder. Hit by pitch, and it's runners on first and second.
Well, we've seen a number of hit by pitch
yeah.
for both staffs. Oh, got in on the ribs there. Ouch.
5th hit by pitch of the game. Well, back to the top of the order we go. Clayton Brown will dig in. 2 for 2 with a couple of singles. 3 for 3 with 3 singles.
Well, that'll help the old batting average.
No doubt. And he's already had a good season, batting .319. This one is in there for a strike. Brown looking to make it 4 for 4 on the day.
Well, he's got a couple runners to work with here. One in scoring position at second.
That's one of the things he hasn't done is drive in a run either. Off the plate, 1-1.
Point after getting a called strike, laying off a pitch like that, that shows you real good discipline as a batter. Boy, Clayton, another one of these sophomores for the Bulldogs. They appear to have a very bright future on the diamond.
Mm-hmm. Out in front of a changeup there was Brown, 1 and 2. I think there's a lot of players on this field that have have a good future. Just on both sides.
Yeah. Seen a number of sophomores making plays. That was a big cut there from Brown.
Oh, and the pickoff reaches the backstop in right field.
Home.
1 run will score. Will we have a play on the plate? Safe. Aiden Smith scores the run from second, and Auburn takes advantage of the Falls City mistake, and it's 7-2.
Smith had a beautiful jump, a lengthy jump, and he was running the entire way. Got the call from the third base coach, wheeling him home, and nice slide in there, no doubt was safe.
And that also moved Hilgenfeld up to second as well. 1 and 2 the count for the man at the plate, Clayton Brown.
That's going to, like you said, kind of change the scenario here for Brown, his approach at the plate.
This one misses high to even the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Mason Schultz stands on deck 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored.
So this is where Brown can just look for something to lift, get it up out of the infield in the air. Might be good for to advance the runner, or if it does fall, good for an RBI.
We'll see at least one more pitch here as the fastball stays up in the zone. 3-2 from Jaden Willman on the mound. Relief pitcher, second arm in the game for the Tigers. A 3-2.
There it is.
Swung on, popped high in the sky. Going to have some sun trouble here, and it's in and out of the glove of Layden and left. Hilgenfeld will get to third. There's no throw. And a couple of errors in the inning starting to pile up here for Falls City.
Yeah, and that was just a tough scenario there where you had 3 guys kind of, once again, that ball finds a Bermuda Triangle, and then you had no cover at third base. That allows for the late advancement of the runner from second to third for the Bulldogs.
Well, Mason Schultz will dig back in. As I mentioned a moment ago, 0 for 2, but he walked and scored in the 4th. I believe the run rule is at 8 after 5, Andy, is that right?
I'm not sure. I just want to be honest with the high school rules compared to the
I think it is. I think it might be 8 after 5. So not a home run, if it is, that would get us to that point. Mason Schultz has not done that yet this season.
Free pass to second. Now Schultz has 2 runners in scoring position. Had 15 hits entering into this game.
And this one reaches the backstop. Pass ball, and it's now an 8-2 ball game. Well, this has probably been the roughest inning so far for Falls City, Andy.
Yeah. Yeah, and you saw Falls City, they tried to ride Brock Needfeld, their starting pitcher, for as long as they could. They didn't want to get into the bullpen if they didn't have to, but situation just didn't allow for that. And as we're in the bottom of the 5th here.
Chopper hit towards shortstop. Jones to first, and they get the out.
And what a stretch there from Vaden Layden, first baseman, reaching out and snagging that one.
Run does score on the play. Out
Look at this
number
stretch
2.
here.
Talk about needing to keep your foot glued to the bag.
Yes, sir.
So Gavin Bauer stands in. 4th trip to the plate today. 1 for 1 with a hit by pitch, a walk, a single, and 2 runs scored.
Ooh.
That one went over his head. 1-0.
That's where Bauer needs to bring that bat down. That could have been a foul ball.
Yeah, good call. I don't even think batters probably don't even, they should.
Yeah.
But I wonder if they don't even necessarily think about that.
It doesn't happen very often, but we've seen it. I mean, even at the MLB at the show, every once in a while you'll see that for a strike.
3 runs already across in the inning, 9-2. Bases are now clear. And it's 3-0 from Willman.
Well, and we've seen it before from Auburn, that 2-out rally. Never know when it's going to start.
And this one is outside. That's ball 4, and Bauer reaches base for the 4th time today, despite only being 1 for 1. Funny how that works.
And on that passed ball, Bauer scooted on down to first base and was looking back at the catcher the whole way, seeing if he was going to have a chance to maybe get to second on the passed ball. As a base runner, that's a heads-up play.
Jackson Warner will stand in. 1 for 3 today with 2 RBIs. Got a sacrifice ground out RBI single. A good pitch.
That was, William. Nice opening pitch. Gets it in there for a strike.
Willman's 0-1. Fouled off right side, 0-2.
My goodness, he waited pretty late in that pitch to pull the trigger. And on his hands, just a bit behind it.
Runner on first is Bauer, who's taken over on the mound for Auburn. That one outside, 1-2.
And that's been a consistent call there from umpire Zach Rash, that outside corner.
The 1-2. This one swung on high in the air towards right. Vander Schmidt's going to have to run in. He misread it. Thought it was deeper than it was, and that'll put runners on the corners here. It'll go in the books as a single to right.
And that just allows Auburn to extend this inning. Mentioned it in the first or second inning where they're able to steal a run, and that scenario represents itself here again. Bottom of the 5th.
9-2 the score, and a runner on third.
Well, you hear it all the time, put the ball in play, good things will happen eventually, and that's kind of been the case here for the Bulldogs.
This is Caleb Cover who stands in. Was on his way to a natural cycle. A single in the first, a double in the third, both of which came along with RBIs, and then he lined out in the 4th to center. Looks like we've got a new pitcher in the ball game. Tell you who it is right after these messages.
It's not just about the shoe. It's about your fit.
What sets Fleet Feet aside from everything else that we've experienced is my girls being runners. They have very different needs. And so that technology with the scanning and the personal touches is just unmatched. I met Lori almost 16 years ago, and when I saw Lori open this, I knew there was no other place that I wanted to go to have someone help me with my footwear and everything else involved with running. Fleet Feet doesn't just fit your shoes, they fit your life.
Fleet Feet Lincoln. Find your fit today.
When quality matters, it starts at Scotty's Ranchland Foods in Valentine. They're known for the highest quality beef, carefully aged to perfection, alongside fresh, vibrant produce, and a deli famous for fresh, never frozen fried chicken. It's quality you can see. Home of Scotty's Meat RX. Scotty's Ranchland Foods in Valentine, Nebraska. A better cut every time.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Western Oil. Make your first and last stop tuned from the game at your nearest Speedy Mart or Good to Go convenience stores today. Bank of the Valley, together we go further. And by Scotty's Ranchland Foods, Highway 20 in Valentine, Nebraska.
For the fifth time this season, Elin Vonderschmidt will toe the rubber for Falls City. Comes on for a record of 0-2, 9 walks, 6 strikeouts, and a high ERA of 17. But Andy, I kind of think this is a situation where you just get one of your young arms in here to get some repetition against a very good Auburn team.
Yep.
Get some better prepared later on in his career.
And we don't need anything too fancy here. We just need one out as well. So just get up there, pound the strike zone, give our defense a chance to get out of this inning that's just kind of been a disaster type of an inning for the Falls City Tigers.
Yeah, 3 runs across. It is made it a 9-2 ball game. Run rule is 10 after 5 innings. So Auburn, if they can keep this inning alive, they do have 2 outs approaching that territory. As it'll be Caleb Cover who stands in. He's been a tough out today.
He really has been, and we've mentioned a couple times now, Auburn, they're not afraid to use that old 2-out rally.
No doubt.
To get a shot of the dugout. Do they got a 2-out rally cap that we don't know about?
I'm going to guess probably not when they're up 9-2. Heading down to second, thinking why not, is Jackson Warner. He'll get there safely, so now it's runners on second and third with 2 gone. Cover today, RBI single, RBI double. We were thinking natural cycle for a while, and then he singled or lined out to right.
That's in the gap.
This one is swung on. This could be trouble. Back on it in right field and able to put it away is Falls City, and that will end the inning. Not before a crooked number goes up on the board. It's all Auburn here at Tushla Field, 9-2 Bulldogs.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman. I love it. Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
We're definitely coming back. Sure.
We have a wedding band to buy. So.
We do, yes. We have wedding bands. We'll be back for that.
Starter Heyman Jewelers, downtown 12th and O, South Point Pavilions, and Grand Island.
When quality matters, it starts at Scotty's Ranchland Foods in Valentine. They're known for the highest quality beef, carefully aged to perfection, alongside fresh, vibrant produce, and a deli famous for fresh, never frozen fried chicken. It's quality you can see. Home of Scotty's Meat RX. Scotty's Ranchland Foods in Valentine, Nebraska. A better cut every time.
Welcome back to Tushla Field. He's Andy Klassen. I'm Jake Bartecki. Gavin Bauer going to stay in the game here. Pitched 1 at-bat in the 5th, so not much of a surprise, but he'll face 9-1-2. Furness, Willman, Vonderschmidt due up in what is a dominating performance right now for Auburn, leading at 9-2.
Yeah, and they get Gavin Bauer into the game here in a situation where, he bailed him out a little bit there, where runners run the corner first before he even throws his first pitch, gets that pickoff out, and that really set the table for him to do some special things here in the latter half of this game. He's got that nasty fastball, high velocity, getting up into the 90s.
Callan Furness to lead off the inning. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout, a walk, and a run scored. The pitch. Strike one, Bauer with a fastball, outer half. Furness this season batting 167. It's 1 for 3 against Auburn in the prior meeting earlier this season. That was a 7-2 Bulldog win as he tips this one back 0-2. I've enjoyed the last couple days of baseball with you. It's been a couple good games, great weather. Called strike 3. Gavin Bauer's enjoying the weather in the game as well as it's a 3-pitch strikeout. Collective strikeout number 9 for Bulldog pitching today.
Looked like he went fastball outside corner, fastball inside corner there, and fastball right down the middle, well ahead of Furness. Swing and a miss on that second pitch.
Our instant replay today has been brought to you in part by Meade Lumber as well as the Beatrice Community Hospital and Health Center. Back to the top of the order here for Jaden Willman. 1 for 1. He's been plunked twice, and then he singled in a run back in the second.
All right, gets ahead in the count here in a hurry. Takes first couple of pitches.
it's fair to say an infield RBI single and 2 hit by pitches. That's earning your way to first base.
Yeah, and no thanks. Not for me.
2 balls, 1 strike as that one finds the zone for Gavin Bauer. Numbers on Bauer this year, 1-1. He is pitching his 20th inning of the year and has a 1.09 ERA.
That's a dangerous pitch right there. That changeup staying high up in the zone.
It's the type of pitch you'd see your leadoff hitter have his eyes widen at. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 away. On the outer half, that call's been there all day from Zach Rash, and the count's full at 3-2.
And now Gavin Bauer, it fills up the count.
Bauer looking to go back-to-back with strikeouts here in the 6th, and he does.
Wow.
High heater sets down Willman to make it 10 Bulldogs strikeouts today.
Yep, just the high heat, couldn't lay off of it.
So it's up to Elin Vonderschmidt to prevent what would be our first and only, if you can believe it, 1-2-3 inning of the ball game. Haven't seen one yet.
Yeah.
Pitch on the way. Slider drifts away on Gavin Bauer, and it's 1-0. I believe you and I, Andy, have one more game together this season.
Oh, yeah?
That's at the end of April. Seward Waverly, I believe.
Oh, okay.
So we'll jump up to Class B. We're gonna have our bases covered in seeing the different levels of high school baseball. Obviously, did Class A with the Hack yesterday. We'll jump down to Class C here today and back up to Class B at the end of the month.
Boy, and Waverly and even Seward, they can put together some squads, some baseball squads from season to season.
Particularly Waverly. You talk about a program that's on the upswing. Obviously a state football championship. They've had basketball state tournament appearances. The volleyball team has been historically very good. Becca Alec and the like. Baseball's always around as well.
Yeah. Yeah, they always have a good showing with their baseball team, high school, and with their Legion team throughout the summer.
Vonderschmidt trying to avoid going down on strikes for the 3rd time today. Bauer trying to strike out the side here in the 6th. That's ball 4, and we have yet to see a 1-2-3 inning today.
Yeah, Gavin just couldn't locate his fastball early in that at bat.
So that brings up Jaden Wilkerson. He stands in 0 for 3, but he picked up an RBI on a ground out.
And Vonderschmidt, real tall, lanky type of a guy, has that wide, elevated strike zone. Good on him, working a walk.
And this one is in the dirt, and it'll reach the backstop. Vonderschmidt heads down to second. And it's 1-0.
Well, now here's an opportunity where the Tigers can steal a run. We've seen the Bulldogs take advantage of a pass ball or an error and getting a runner into scoring position, then able to manufacture a run through that error.
Everyone counts.
Yes, sir.
1-0 in there for a strike, a fastball. Nothing special there from Gavin Bauer to even things up at 1 apiece.
Wilkerson's made a couple fine plays from third base. See if you can follow that up with an at-bat here.
1-1 is upstairs, 2-1.
Stays ahead in the count.
Jaden Wilkerson, 0 for 3, as I mentioned. A couple of ground outs and a strikeout. But that ground out in the 4th brought in a run. 2-1 in there for a strike, and it's 2-2.
It's a heck of a get-back pitch there for Gavin Bauer. Like you said, even it up at 2-2. Kind of keeps him in the driver's seat.
This one ripped down the right field line. That is a fair ball. And Andy, to your point, Fall City is going to steal a run here in the 6th. Second RBI of the ball game for Jaden Wilkerson. That is his first multi-RBI game of his career.
Yeah.
And it's 9-3.
And a fine piece of hitting. Line drive over the first baseman's head. Plenty to get in that runner from second base.
So it's a 2-out walk, followed up by a 2-out single, and a run scored here for the Tigers. And it brings up Brock Needfeld.
It just shows you how valuable clean baseball really is. No pass balls, no errors.
Two balls, no strikes here to Needfelt. On the mound today, Needfelt 3 innings of work, allowing 5 runs on 7 hits. Struck out 3, he walked 1.
I'm kind of surprised that a number of batters, for really both sides have been doing this, but they're facing away from the sun, but they still wear their sunglasses like that, like in those pit vipers, It's like,
I've done that a couple of times today as well. Just, I didn't put my glasses on and off just because when you look in the shade and then you look back to the sun, the change in the pitch just kind of catches you off guard.
It must make the batters feel more comfortable or more confident, and if that's the case, and I'm a coach, by all means, wear your snazzy sunglasses up to that.
That could be something to the look of them as well. Wilkerson steals second there to get into scoring position. 3-0 to Needfelt. Up and in for ball 4. So after striking out the first 2 batters of the inning, it's been a walk, a single, and another base on balls, and the last 3 batters faced were Gavin Bauer.
All right, we're going to have a little bit of a meeting here. Infield's coming in.
While they do that, we'll step aside. Be back after these messages.
Kearney, Nebraska is the getaway you never knew you needed. With comfortable, premium lodging, eclectic shopping, and a variety of locally owned craft food and drink options, Kearney has something for everyone. By day, you'll find rich history, outdoor adventure, and some of America's most unique attractions. And by night, our many entertainment options, dazzling performances, and unique hangouts offer the perfect way to unwind. Visit Kearney. It's so much more than just in the middle.
For over 40 years, Claybaugh Pharmacy has been your trusted, family-owned, full-service pharmacy. We provide traditional medical options, medical equipment, immunizations, and over-the-counter products. We take pride in going above and beyond to improve the health of our community. And to ensure you have a seamless experience, manage your profile and refills with a touch of the finger from home. Claybaugh Pharmacy in downtown Beatrice, your hometown family-owned pharmacy.
Jackson Warner comes in from center field to take over on the mound. Gavin Bauer will shift back over to second base. Jackson Warner, 3-1 on the season. Again, another high ERA, and we've seen a lot of those today from about everybody that's towed the rubber. Yeah. But 18 strikeouts, 15 walks. What do you expect we'll see from number 3?
Well, just going off these few warm-up pitches, a lot of fastballs. He's not afraid to let it rip, and the most important stat there is 3-1.
Yeah.
He's on the right side of that.
No doubt. Well, he encounters 2 gone in the innings. Second pitcher in as many innings for Auburn to come in with 2 down. And it'll be runners on first and second here for Fall City.
The exact scenario Gavin Bauer entered into. Yeah. Runners in the corners, and he was able to get the pickoff, move back to first base.
And that was a big out.
Yeah.
It'll be Mason Collier to dig in. 2 gone in the inning. Again, Bauer was able to set the first 2 down on strikes, and then a walk, a single, and another walk.
And that just shows you the respect that head coach Dick Warner has for this Tiger squad. Up by 6 runs, but doesn't want to take any chances, even late in the game. He's going to bring a live arm in. He's going to bring another relief pitcher in.
Mason Collier, 1 for 1. He's reached base at each trip to the plate today. He's walked twice. Ripped a double to left back in the 3rd inning. Got out in front of something off speed there, 0-1. This one hit towards third. Hilgefeld will just step on the bag, and that ends the inning. 1 batter face, the final out of the inning on the debut to the game for Jackson Warner, and we will head to the bottom of the 6th. Auburn in front 9-3.
Whether we're talking commercial or residential plumbing, Lamel Plumbing is the place you call. Lamel provides 24-hour emergency service as well. Call them if you get in a tight spot. And as for their retail items, well, you got to check out some of their faucets, some of their kitchen items, and some of their bathroom items like their Onyx showers. And hey, say you got a digging job, you call Lamel Plumbing for that too. They've added a full-time crew for you, doing backhoe, trenching, and sewer work. Take that digging job off your list and have Lamel do it for you. That's Lamel Plumbing in Beatrice, now at their new location on North 7th Street in Beatrice.
I spend with purpose because I bank with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union. With my Liberty Plus checking account, I can earn extra cash just for spending on everyday things, like groceries, online or in-store purchases, and lunch. At Liberty First, anyone can join, so start earning money to spend on the things you love. Start banking with purpose. Start banking with Liberty First Credit Union.
Looks like, do we have some luck there? We might have somebody taking a fish off a line. I can't tell quite through that plant.
Might just be re-rigging it there.
I thought he was reeling something in.
Just a beautiful layout here on the outskirts of Auburn, Nebraska, with the ballpark, the city park with a nice fishing pond. And it's just kind of cool how it you go past that with the railroad tracks barreling through with all the elevators. It's just a picturesque small town Nebraska, right?
And it's very, this area of the state, basically from here east all the way to the Missouri River, is very different than a lot of the state. I mean, you just get more hills, you get more, forest and lush woodlands. It's a nice area of the state. Elin Vonderschmidt stays on the mound in the first pitch of the inning on its way to Griffin Sikora. And that's outside for a ball, 1-0.
Yeah, Vonderschmidt has that big old windup, and one thing with that is halfway through, he kind of moves his head, and it might take his focus or his eyes off the catcher.
0 for 3 today is the line for Sikora. Ground out, a line out to third, and a strikeout. This one reaches the backstop as well, 2-0.
And I mentioned that because if I'm a pitching coach, I typically want my pitchers to keep their eyes locked in on their target the entire way through their wind-up and pitch and follow through. Kind of like on the inverse of that, the hitter, I want their eye on the ball the entire way. I kind of want the same with my pitcher. There it is.
Spiked it into the dirt. To Vonderschmidt, 3-0.
It was right down the middle, just a little too low.
Nine to 3 in favor of Auburn. 9 runs on 9 hits. Been clean defensively. It's not necessarily been a great season for them in the field. They've committed 35 errors this season, but they've yet to commit one today. Leadoff walk gets Griffin Sikora aboard on 4 pitches.
Yeah, Sikora didn't even really get anything to threaten to swing at.
Bryson Meyer is ready to dig back in for his 4th trip to the plate, second in as many innings. 0 for 2, a walk and a run.
Going to have a new pitcher take the mound.
Looks like we will indeed. We'll step aside, get you the numbers right after this.
Darling, I believe everything's gonna be alright. No need to worry because you got somebody on your side. We all need a fam, we all need a crew. When you're in a jam, don't know what to do. Just reach out your hand and we'll see you through. Doesn't matter where you're at, we got your back. We got your back.
With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for.
We got your back.
Refrigeration inspiration comes in every Samsung refrigerator at Schaefer's. Family-forward designs, like the hub to keep you connected, and that's just the beginning. Samsung's new Flex Zone model, Sphere ice makers, and ingenious beverage center elevate your options, putting your thirst first. Add Schaefer's everyday value customer service and now free delivery. On your Samsung purchase, it's easy to see why life is easier at Schaefer's. Local, trusted, and family-owned since 1946.
Jaden Wilkerson comes on for the 6th time this season for Coach Huppert and Falls City. He's worked through just over 9 innings, 0-2 on the year, 7 strikeouts, 9 walks, and an 8.25 ERA. Trying to log some pitches here in the later stages of a 9-3 ball game.
Yeah, it just wasn't quite working for Von der Schmidt there. You could see that, whether it was out of the windup or out of the stretch. He was having a tough time with his location. Go ahead and get another arm in there. Wilkerson, former third baseman, scoots on over to the mound. Let's see if he can hammer that strike zone and help the Tigers out.
Well, Bryson Meyer will be the first batter he faces, 0 for 2 with a walk and a run.
Got to mention some of the aesthetics. You know, we talked about the field looking in good shape, but how about the guys in the crow's nest keeping us entertained with some of this music? We've heard Green Day, Jay-Z, YMCA, Elton John, I'm Still Standing. I mean, we're all over the map. So I think everybody's kind of happy with the music they've been hearing here. We just heard Bon Jovi, Bad Medicine. Something for everyone.
A diverse blend, as some would say. I have to say I haven't really been listening. I haven't taken my headset off much, but I believe it.
Opening passed ball here. That's going to get Sikora over to second base.
Yes, indeed. And the run rule is 10 after 5, so good bit of work to do to get to there for Auburn, who leads it by 6 here, 9-3.
Yeah, we're pretty late in the game as well. Possibly only a half inning left.
Inside there, 2-0.
Meyer doing a good job laying off of it. Productive 7-hole hitter for the Bulldog offense.
Yeah, he didn't play against Falls City earlier when these two teams met. This one in the dirt, 3-0, and the runner, Sikora, trotted towards third and thinks better of it.
Sikora, a team leader in RBIs with 14 on the season.
Yep.
Notice how valuable those base runners are. He doesn't want to get himself out on the base path.
He scored only 2 runs. Maybe he wants to make sure he adds to that total as well. That one in there for a strike, lower part of the zone, 3-1, the count to Bryson Meyer. Had a career game against Louisville earlier this season. Went 3 for 4 in that one with 3 runs driven in. That's a career high.
That one was right there.
Yeah, 3-0 to 3-2. A couple of breaking balls that Meyer chose not to partake with.
Yeah, you saw that late movement on that last one.
Wilkerson 3-2. Grounded towards shortstop, and it's through into center field. Unable to make the play on the left side of the infield was Bodie Jones. And runners on the corners here with no one out.
I think Bodie just got his head lifted there a little too early. Maybe he was paying attention to the base runner, thinking of what he was going to do with the ball. First things first, though, you got to secure that ball.
Austin Rodriguez Hellbush is going to check in and courtesy run over at first base. So runners on the corners, nobody down here, and it brings up Aiden Smith.
We've seen the 8-hole hitter make some noise here. Tushla Field in Auburn throughout the course of this game.
Wilkerson checks the runner at first. Meyer has 1 stolen base this season, and he's going to try to make it 2. He heads down, and he's there safely. Runners on second and third, nobody out. So Rodriguez Hellbush gets to second. Now base hit makes this an 8-run game. Here's a pitch. Popped up on the infield.
Here we go.
Boy, it looked like it was coming right for us and just barely catches the fence, high part of it. 0-2 the count. Have you ever caught a foul ball at any sort of baseball game?
A foul ball just like that. Yes, I have.
Which game was it? Give me the play-by-play.
I don't even remember. I think it was Pony League or maybe a Legion game years ago. I was just a spectator on the first couple of rows.
I have caught one. It was last year, actually, a White Sox-Royals game in Chicago. Drew Waters was the one who hit it. There was nobody in the seats in the entire 2 rows to the left of me. So I got up, ran over, it bounced once, stuck out my right hand, and secured it. And then I gave a kind of a 2 fists in the air to the crowd.
Made the Jumbotron, I suppose?
I did not, actually. I was a little disappointed by that. But, I still have the baseball in my office, and every so often I'm on the phone. I play catch with it with myself.
I remember you sending that out there on X last year.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
1-2, swung on and hit a ton, but it's going to stay in the ballpark. Gets past the glove of the left fielder, Layden. 1 run is across. Coming around third is Rodriguez Helbush. He will score, and thinking about going to third himself and getting there safely is Aiden Smith. This escapes into center field. An unconventional inside the park home run, and it is a 12-3 ball game.
And that's going to be it. The snowball fight started with the over-the-head shot to left field. That's just a tough one.
Yeah, no doubt.
Good on Auburn being very active on the base path, not giving up on the play.
That type of play is a scorekeeper's nightmare.
Yeah, and I tell you what, Rodriguez Helbush stole that base, get himself in that scoring position. I thought Sakura kind of dropped the ball, not advancing from third to home on the throw to second. All for naught, as we had a deep shot to left field, and every Bulldog that was on the base path came around to score.
3 driven in on the play. We'll see how they score that. I think there's going to be a couple of errors on that play.
And we have a shook-up Tiger that's going to exit the game here.
We do indeed. I believe that was Layden in left field, or either Bodie Jones, I believe is who that was. He'll make his way to the dugout. Looks like we might have a new arm in the ball game as well, so we will step aside.
From the heart of Nebraska to across the state, RMV Construction is building more than just structures. We're building trust. RMV Construction has grown from humble beginnings to become a trusted name across central Nebraska and beyond. With unmatched craftsmanship, cutting-edge innovation, and an unwavering commitment to customer satisfaction, we deliver projects on time, on budget, and above expectations. Trusted, local.
Wilkerson does remain in the game. Thought we were going to see a change there, but they're going to roll with him after the bases clearing inside the park home run that had a plethora of errors attached to it. Not sure how they'll score all that, but Jack Hilgenfeld will stand in. 4th time today, pitch.
I think Jones might have exited the game. That's going to move Vonderschmidt over to, he's been everywhere today.
He has been. You talk about a utility guy.
Yeah, he's going to fill up the 6th spot. He's over at shortstop now.
Yes, he is. Pitch. And everywhere, including the mound as well. Jack Hilgenfeld today, 0 for 2. A couple of strikeouts. He's been hit by a pitch as well.
Well, you say that, and I just get to think who hasn't been hit by a pitch today?
Yeah. Had 6 total in the ball game. Hit batters. It's all been different batters. Well, except for it's all been different batters for Auburn. If you're Jaden Willman, you've earned your way to first base for Fall City. He's been hit twice and singled as well on the infield.
Yeah, getting to first base shouldn't be so painful.
Or exhausting, beating out a throw.
Yeah.
3-1 up and in on Hilgenfeld, and that turns the lineup back over to the top, and it'll be the 5th trip to the plate for Clayton Brown with 1 on and no one out here in what has been a disastrous bottom of the 6th of your Fall City.
And this is where Clayton Brown can really gear up and be selective. He's got a runner at first base, no outs.
He's reached base in 4 trips to the plate. Reached on an error in left field his last time up. He's come to the plate for 3 straight innings as well. Takes a strike on the outer half, 0-1.
There's a heck of a good opening pitch from Wilkerson, painting that outside corner.
Oh, 0-1 the count. Brown 3 for 3 with 3 singles, 2 runs scored. This one pops foul. 0-2.
We might get another foul ball here, Jake, if they keep that
Come in
up.
our direction a couple of times.
That landed just behind what appears to be a new mother with twin babies. Those eyes got kind of big.
Congratulations. No balls, 2 strikes to Clayton Brown. Wilkerson working his first inning here. That one skips in the dirt, 1-2.
Gotta do it sometimes. You just gotta do it sometimes.
Okay, Wilkerson's ahead in the count. Does have to keep track of that runner at first base.
Yeah. That's Hilgenfeld.
Brian, how about the bottom of the order for Auburn? Getting on base, extending innings.
1-2 cut on and miss for strike 3. But yeah, you're right. I believe 5 different occasions we've seen somebody in the 7, 8, 9 spot get aboard.
Yeah, just doing a great job of setting the table, flipping the lineup, as you said, getting back to the top of their order.
Mason Schultz stands in 0 for 3 today. Reached base with a walk and scored in the 4th. Pitch. Beautifully dropped in changeup there. But
stayed a little
high, 1-0. It's the type of pitch you want to see, though. It's dangerous if the batter goes after it, but better movement on the off-speed stuff there from Wilkerson.
Going to say, Mason Schultz, the batter, he's batting a hot bat, has all season, batting .350. Finds himself in a hole here, down 0-2.
Went back to the off-speed stuff from Wilkerson, and it's 1-1. Schultz batting .350. The 1-1. Bounces to home plate. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Just a little low. I like the idea there from Jayton Wilkerson trying to go inside. Even up the count.
Camden Huppert behind the plate today for the Tigers. 2-1 with 1 gone. Ground ball hit towards third. Could be 2 if they hurry. To second for 1, and the ball pops out of the glove. So the transfer will get the out at second. Schultz safe at first, and there's 2 gone.
Good job just cutting down that lead runner. Vonderschmidt keeping his head down, zipping it over to second base. And getting the second out at that.
So it brings up Gavin Baker. He has reached base in all 4 trips to the plate today. 2 walks, a hit by pitch, and a single with a run scored. Spiked into the dirt by Wilkerson, 1-0.
Whoa.
Swung on high and deep to left field. Back. This one is off the wall. Layden barehands it, throws it back into the field of play. And runners on second and third now here at Tushla Field.
That was a stand-up double for sure. Gavin Bauer loaded up and uncorked one. As you said, one bounced to the wall.
Had a good day on the mound. Had a good day at the plate as well. He's now 2 for 2 and has reached base in all 5 trips. And for the second straight inning, 8 men come to the plate for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, this offense has done just a fantastic job of extending innings, getting those extra runs here and there, and they start to add up, and that's how you get kind of a lopsided scoreboard.
Base hit might end it. The other run rule is the first pitch fouled off by Jackson Warner. 0-1. Warner, 2 for 4 today with 2 RBIs. Drove in a run on a ground ball back to the mound and singled to left to bring in a run in the 4th. That one off the plate, ball and a strike.
Starting to see those shadows stretch across the infield as we get later into the afternoon.
Lights will be on before we know it. Pitches up and in, and Warner gets hit on the shoulder. And that loads the bases with 2 outs. Well, stick around once this one wraps up for our player of the game interview. That's brought to you in part by Nebraska Orthopedic Center, your healing destination. Well,
number of players to choose from on the Auburn side because everybody, brought the lumber with them here. Saw a couple fine pitching performances from Duna Kaki. You mentioned Gavin Bauer doing on both sides, offensively and defensively.
Caleb Cover digs in. He is 2 for 4 today with a single and a double and 2 driven in.
A fine day for Caleb Cover.
Yeah. Could get better here. He could end the game with a potential base knock. This one in there for a strike, 1-1. Huppert was out of the crouch, ready to throw down to first base to try and catch Jackson Warner sleeping.
I guess you could say Caleb could bat for the walk-off here, but that's a type of walk-off that you really like to be a part of if you're the offense.
Ooh, 1-1 is upstairs, 2-1.
And just that change of just hanging up there and not coming down.
The box score shows 2 runs in the first, 3 in the third, 1 in the fourth, 3 in the fifth, and another 3 here in the sixth for Auburn.
Yeah, just a fantastic job of manufacturing runs. Here we go, ball in play.
Chopper hit towards third base. It's a long throw, and the throw is in time, and that ends the inning. And Auburn leaves the bases loaded. 3 outs to go, and the Bulldogs will find their 10th win of the season. We're heading to the 7th.
Hey, it's me, one of those students on the waiting list for a teammate's mentor. I've heard teammates is so fun and awesome. You get to talk, laugh, play games, and hang out with a positive, caring adult once a week at school. Teammates help students believe in themselves, and 97% of mentees are proud to be a part of it. I'd love to be one of those mentees, but we need more mentors. So if you got an hour a week to be someone a student like me can count on, go to teammates.org today. Join the team. Be a mentor.
When quality matters, it starts at Scotty's Ranchland Foods in Valentine. They're known for the highest quality beef, carefully aged to perfection, alongside fresh, vibrant produce, and a deli famous for fresh, never frozen fried chicken. It's quality you can see. Home of Scotty's Meat RX. Scotty's Ranchland Foods in Valentine, Nebraska. A better cut every time.
Jackson Warner will stay in the ballgame to try and get the final 3 outs for Auburn, who leads it 12-3. 12 runs, 11 hits, no errors, 3 runs, 5 hits, a couple of errors for Falls City. Just hasn't been Falls City's day, Andy, with the bats, and particularly in the diamond defensively.
Well, that's where I think the most of their troubles are coming from or stemming from is defensively, where they're leaving too many plays out on the field. And they're not all errors, but they're plays that a defense can make and probably should make at this point in the season.
Will be Camden Huppert to lead off, starting catcher 0 for 2 with a walk. One other somewhat local score, Platteview, Run Rules Beatrice to punch their ticket to the Trailblazer Conference Championship. 13-3. The Trojans get their 7th win of the year.
We got that game that you and I called last night, the Heartland Athletic Conference Championship. Would you say Lincoln East is a dynasty now? 4 straight conference championships in a row.
Yeah. Well, and a couple of state championships in there as well. I think it's hard to say they aren't.
Right.
The impressive thing to me about Lincoln East, and look, you can do this with Class A, is just how they rebuild and reload every single year. Because every year it feels like they've got a loaded senior class. They just have so many upperclassmen behind those seniors, particularly talented juniors, that it's just not really a big change for Michael Lanik.
Yeah, it's quite a difference when you have to lean on seniors versus sophomores or even juniors. And you hit the nail on the head when you have such a roster to draw from. When you talk about an extended freshman team, then a JV team.
It's just wildly impressive.
Yeah.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Camden Huppert got 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts looking back in the first and the fifth, and he walked in the third. Also walks here in the 7th to lead off the inning.
Good job laying off that. It looked like he was thinking about swinging the bat.
So 1 on, no one out for Vaden Layden, who reached base with a single and then got picked off in the 5th inning. How good of a play was that?
Oh, it was quite a shot in the arm, too. You know, you were in a hole. That's why you were brought into the game and able to help yourself out with a quick pick like that.
We'll stick around once this one is done. Our postgame will be brought to you in part by Custom Sports, from screen-printed T-shirts to sublimated jerseys. They have what your team needs to look great. Check them out at CustomSportsCO.com. 1-0 the count to Layden. His day is 1 for 2, a walk, a single, and a strikeout.
He wasn't hit by a pitch?
He was not. He was one of the very few. He did score a run as well.
Oh, no, another pickoff.
Back just in time over at first base.
Jackson Warner thought he had him going to second.
Yeah. And that is Huppert that is running over at first, the catcher. Might not have as much experience on the base pass. Well, he'll get to second easily here as this one reaches the backstop. Vaden Layden up 2-0 in the count. Looks like we might have a mound visit here. Don't know if we'll see another new arm, Andy. That'll be 4 arms in the ball game for Auburn in a game they're leading 12-3. What would your strategy be there?
Well, it shows that, Coach Warner is comfortable in his bullpen, going to his bullpen. And also, you don't want to see any funny business giving away a lead like this, because things happen, and they happen in a hurry in a game in baseball, particularly, and he's trying to guard against that. He also wants to kind of keep his players, I think he wants to keep his defense sharp. Like, guys, we've got to close out this game. That's what good teams do.
Yeah.
Even though we got a big lead here, we got to sharpen it up.
It looks like Jackson Warner is going to keep the baseball. Stay of the ball game, gets a couple of glove taps from his teammates. Try to get these final 3 outs to the runner in scoring position.
We got 0 outs, 0 strikes, 2 balls.
Vaden Layden at the plate. Warner draws a half swing from Layden there, and he fouls it off first base.
Layden just kind of fighting that one off, as you mentioned. Didn't get a full swing in. And that's what you like to see coming out of a break like that, a timeout, a first pitch strike.
Pitch on the way. This one fouled off right side, and so after the mound visit, 2 foul-offs by Vaden Layden, the count 2-2.
And you can see Warner's far out ahead of the batter right now, way out in front with that fastball.
Warner on 2 balls, 2 strikes, the payoff. Called strike 3, 1 gone.
And that's why you call timeout if you're head coach Dick Warner. 3 straight pitches, 3 straight strikes for the punch-out.
Brings up Bodie Jones. Tried to lay down a bunt back in the 4th inning. Remember that, Andy?
It looked like a great bunt, too. Yeah. Good location, just missed out on the hit, half a step, fraction of a second.
Check that'll be Ryder Holman. Jones checks out of the ball game. Holman grounds to short, throw to first, 2 gone. But yeah, that bunt that Jones did lay down, I think it caught Auburn by surprise as well.
Yeah, just good timing, well placement. How about Schultz here off the short hop? Cannon of an arm zipping it over there.
Well, Callan Furness is the last chance here. Runner on third after the ground out. Pitch on the way. That one off the plate for a ball. Furness 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored, and he struck out twice. The 1-0. Half swing into the trees, right side, 1-1.
You can see Jackson Warner establishing that fastball once again ahead of the batter.
The 1-1 with 2 gone. Strike at the knees, 1-2.
Here we go.
Auburn looking to find their 10th win of the season here. Pitches upstairs. This one reaches the backstop. And a run comes in to score as Huppert trots home from third on the wild pitch.
Warner just put a little too much on that one.
Just a little bit. So 12-4 now the score.
Still a pitcher's count here. 2-2-2. It's where you want to be.
Auburn looking for their fourth double-digit win season, and there it is. Swing and a miss, strike three. Auburn with a 12-4 win, and they improved to 10-5 on the season. Domination today, Andy.
It really was, and it wasn't just one big inning, and a lot of times that's what you see in a lopsided score like this, 12-4. But Auburn was just methodical, 3-3-2, one run here and there each and every inning.
No doubt about that. We will step aside. Our Custom Sports postgame is next. We'll get you the totals. We'll get you the highlights. We'll also hear from head coach Dick Warner and our player of the game. Don't go anywhere.
Big ideas, bold graphics, quality products you're proud to wear. That is Custom Sports. Custom Sports, custom graphics, quality products, and timely service you can count on.
Our communities are built through stories of connection, hard work, and bright futures. You're committed to this place, and so are we. By supporting your dreams and by celebrating your stories, Bank of the Valley has grown alongside you through 40 years of going further together. We're building lasting relationships and a legacy of success. We're in this together, and together we go further.
So this yellow jacket, it basically symbolizes that it's showtime.
The Yellow Jackets are a throwback to Monday Night Football.
The 1970s, Keith Jackson, Howard Cosell.
That was the big broadcast in the country. Now we're the big broadcast in Nebraska.
When News Channel Nebraska is covering a game, we want you to know that we take it seriously. We want to dress sharp. We have pride in what we do.
And we're going to wear those yellow jackets to show people that we're a little old school, but we're also the important broadcast of the night.
I spend with purpose because I bank with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union. With my Liberty Plus checking account, I can earn extra cash just for spending on everyday things, like groceries, online or in-store purchases, and lunch. At Liberty First, anyone can join, so start earning money to spend on the things you love. Start banking with purpose. Start banking with Liberty First Credit Union.
Beatrice Community Hospital is proud to serve Beatrice and the surrounding area for over 100 years. We provide quality care with small-town hospitality. Our services include family medicine, OBGYNs, robotic surgery, diagnostic imaging, and more. We're excited to grow our services, including a new medical clinic building in the community of Wymore. We're proud to be a top 20 rural hospital. And thank you for trusting us to care for you and your family. Beatrice Community Hospital. Incredible care, incredibly close.
Welcome back to Auburn, Nebraska, where the Bulldogs take care of the Tigers, end up winning 12-4. Joined now by Coach Dick Warner. Coach, everything was kind of working for your offense. You jump out to that 2-0 lead in the first and really able to build on it throughout the course of that game. What enabled your offense to have that type of a game?
Well, last few weeks we've been hitting the ball pretty well, and they did a good job today putting the ball in play and just consistently putting the ball in play, and it puts a lot of pressure on the defense when you do that.
You put the ball in play, good things happen, right?
Exactly.
Now, out of the bullpen, you went to a couple of different arms there. Even late in the game, you had a good lead there, but top of the sixth comes to mind where they were threatening, but you went right to a live arm. What's the thought process there?
Pitch counts. High school, we got pitch counts, and we got a game tomorrow, so I got to make sure I got pitchers available for tomorrow. That's really all it boils down to.
We're kind of wondering because it looked like you guys were on cruise control there. But what does this say about this team now? You're working on a fine season, moved to 10-5, so you kind of double it up there. And you're stringing together multiple good seasons.
So, the last couple of weeks they really have kind of, as from the energy standpoint, from the effort standpoint, from just bouncing back from failure, and they just keep working hard. They keep getting after it, and they're starting to believe in themselves what they can do.
One of those young men that starting to believe in himself anyway, it's obvious to us. Gavin Bauer, our player of the game. What can you tell me about his performance? Got on base all 5 times from the plate, went 2 for 2. You also had him in there throwing some of those fastballs from the mound.
He hits the ball pretty well. He has all year for us. A little bad luck at times because he hits it right at people, but today he didn't. So he had a great game, and proud of him.
Coach, thank you for your time. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you, sir.
All righty, let's bring in our player of the game, Gavin Bauer, reaching base 5 times here, going 2 for 2 from the plate. You also put in a couple innings of work from the mound, doing a little bit of everything for the Bulldogs. What are your initial thoughts, takeaways from this afternoon's performance?
We just played hard. We didn't take anyone lightly, no matter who they are. Everyone on this team's awesome. We all try our hardest. Everyone puts in effort, so, yeah.
You guys kind of had one of those dream scenarios offensively where you scored 2 or 3 runs just about each and every inning. What allowed you guys to do that?
All the work that we put in. Weekends sometimes we get practices in, and everyone shows up, does as hard as they can, puts in the work, and it happens to play out in the field.
Guys are starting to put together kind of a special season, moving your win record to 10-5. How do you keep this positive momentum going?
Just encouraging each other every day, every game. Not letting down the pedal on anyone. We're always working. It's usually what it is.
What's the number one thing you're going to be working on? You got a quick turnaround from today to tomorrow.
I'm going to work on throwing some strikes, obviously. Got to get in the bullpen a little more, but just keep doing what I'm doing when I show up, ready, mentality, everything.
Well, Gavin, congratulations on a fine game and a big victory.
Thank you.
All righty, Jake, let's send it back to you in the booth to wrap this one up.
All right, thanks, Andy. Thanks to Coach, as well as Gavin Bauer. Impressive performance today, no doubt about it. The totals from this one, 12 runs, 12 hits, no errors for Auburn. That no errors is worth noting. This is a team that averaged 2.7 errors per game this season. 4 runs, 4 hits, 3 errors, 10 men left on base. That's a number to note as well for Falls City. There you see it right there. All right, let's get to the highlights. Our postgame show is brought to you in part by Custom Sports. From screen printed t-shirts to sublimated jerseys, they have what your team needs to look great. Check them out at customsportsco.com. Well, Auburn comes into this one seeking their 4th straight season with 10 or more wins. 9-5, Falls City 1-11. Not necessarily the game where you're going to see the flashiest of plays, but there was a lot of scoring and a lot of hitting today as well. Everybody's getting dialed in here, ready to go early on in this one. All right, brings us to the top of the first inning. Bases loaded with 2 outs, called strike 3. Ty Dunakaki was really good today for Auburn. He struck out 8, and 5 of them were just like that one looking. Chopper back to the mound. Neidfeld flips to first. They get the tag there, but that brought in Auburn's first run of the ball game, up 1-0. Here's a drive hit towards right field. This one's dropping. Furness can't get to it. Caleb Cover would drive in a run and get aboard there, and Auburn continues to lead in the first. 2-0 at this point, and this one popped up on the infield. Taste of their own medicine here for Auburn. A little hit them where they ain't type of pop-up there that brings in a run. This one called strike 3 on the outer half. I can't believe it, but again, we saw that a lot today, and right there, it's Vaden Layden set down on strikes. This a rip to the left field corner here. Cover drove this one to the fence. That got him halfway to the natural cycle. Andy Klassen and I were wondering if he's able to square one up for a triple, maybe a homer. We didn't miss many of those today. Never know. This one again popped up defense. Costly mistakes all day long on that end of the diamond for Falls City. That brings in another run And all Brock Needfeld can really do is just kind of shrug his shoulders. He did his job, got the pop-up. Defense didn't help him out. Line back up into the middle. That's a base hit. That would bring in a run. And then the throw gets away from the infielder. 2 runs come across. Auburn piles on 2 more. 7-2, bottom of the 5th inning. This one popped up in the sun. Brock Needfeld is over there, coming in from left field, trying to make the play as Vaden Layden loses it maybe in the sun. Might have just not been enough communication there. Coming around to score on the play was Jack Hilgenfeld, and Auburn leads it 8-2. We'll head back to the bottom of the 5th here. Chopper to shortstop. This would end the inning. Sticking to the bag over at first base, extending the leg and doing the fundamentals of the first base work, having the base be your best friend. Chop down the line here for a base hit, 9-2 in favor of Auburn at this point. 2-2 count. Another run comes in here for Fall City. It's 9-3. This one swung on, hit pretty well. Back towards left field. Looks like a routine fly ball for Layden, and he loses track of it. That ball took off in a hurry, brought in a couple of runs, and then you had the throwing miscues as well. Rounding third, being able to score on the unconventional inside the park home run was Aiden Smith, because the ball stretches past the infield into the short grass. He comes around to score. It is all Bulldogs, 12-3. Smith fired up as he should be, and the final 12-4. Auburn improves to 10-5 for the 4th straight season. They found double-digit wins. Fall City ends up 1-12 after this one. The Bulldogs sweep the season series. From beautiful Tushla Field, a beautiful day for baseball and a beautiful result for the Bulldogs. They win it today. For Andy Klassen, I'm Jake Bartecki saying so long.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Husker Rehab, treating the cause of the pain, not just the symptoms. By Schaefer's, we are more than just TVs and appliances. And by Claybaugh Pharmacy, your locally owned hometown pharmacy. We now join regular programming on News Channel Nebraska. NCN Studios, brought to you by Faith Health.
Thanks for joining us on News Channel Nebraska. Coming up this hour on NCN, he is one of the greatest coaches the sport of volleyball has ever produced. John Cook heading to Northeast Nebraska, sharing his thoughts on leadership. Rural bankers are saying the economic times are not looking so good right now, with nearly 2 out of 3 in the 10-state region either in a recession or about to be. Hundreds of new trees going into the ground at the site of Arbor Day, where organizers are surprised